welcome back to the fourth culture where we're completely ready to start. I'm Ramji, I'm your DM and organised host for the evening, and with us are some incredible people, including yourselves, but we'll start with Jotan.
Incredible person number one.
Lucia. You! Incredible person number two. Yay! Sheena Chan.
Incredible person number three.
And last but never least, incredible person number four.
Cheryl! No.
It's Edward.
And our more than incredible producer, Cheryl! Yay! Alright, so thank you very much everyone for tuning back in again. Hello to chat, hello to stream. We are above 50 subscribers, which is amazing, and I think that's a wonderful milestone for us all on this crazy little journey. I'd like to thank you all for joining us, and I'd also like to thank the folks that made some of this stuff possible. So thank you, the folks down at Gamesaurus Rex on Upper Thompson. You guys made it possible for us to all meet. You're an incredible shop with some incredible people and a great community. So thank you very much. And if you are looking for D&D stuff, Warhammer, anything that's kind of cool, or you just want to go hang out with some nerds that like to roll dice, Gamesaurus Rex, place to be. Secondly, we'd also like to thank a bit of consultancy.
You need simple, honest, and straightforward technology advice to help you scale and grow your business. If you're based in Asia or looking to expand your business here, then get hold of A Better Consultancy at www.abetterconsultancy.co.
Thank you very much, and thank you to everyone there for helping sponsor it. The best thing is, we only promised them that we'd do 2 ones where Ed did voice of beautiful radio. He gets to pick the voice from now on. So we're very sorry about the consultancy. That being said, where were we when we left off in our last?
I think we need a broom now to sweep up Satan.
Of course.
Oh, hang on, but yeah, I think we need to get like the full background on what happened.
Okay.
Right?
Lisa?
Okay, my first recap ever.
Go!
We
No,
fought.
you gotta start like full like Korean drama recap. You
Do
got
it.
Bit of music, a little bit of like what you're gonna say previously on the fourth culture.
Where do I start from?
Where do you like? Your recap.
Okay, so we a group track number 3 was delivering the Mark Tarask, the emissary, to the Samna Junction, to meet with the ambassador of the Civilized Kingdom to negotiate safe fashion. She wants a non-aggression pact to use the underway, and she's representing the Namandan Union.
Which is where we're from.
Yes.
Okay.
And you.
And you too.
So we all delivered her safely, along with our very friendly.
That's NUS's, right? No. Move on.
Along with our very friendly guide, Lalit, we did meet with the ambassador, Jamana, along with her bodyguard.
So, you know.
Okay. Bodyguards, Elan and Satat. Unfortunately, we also encountered a mechanical bull-like creature a little away from the meeting office. We also met Karim, who runs the junction and does it very well with a magnificent beard.
So much beard mentions.
There's also Eli. Eli is one of the miners. We're also surrounded by miners.
Yeah.
So
People who mine, not
people who mine.
Not that kind of mind.
Yeah, people mine. So we did have a big, very cool, amazing fight with the bull creature, and he exploded.
after
I think you're
she punched
forgetting
him.
the
Okay.
nearly being turned to stone bit for you.
Yes, I almost turned to stone, but I managed to come back very coolly. Unfortunately, Satat did not. He got turned to stone and shattered into 4 pieces.
Like 5,000.
Oh, 5,000. Oh, okay. Into many pieces.
I'd also like to raise a formal objection to the use of Tasha's hideous laughter. With my dice rolls and Tasha's hideous laughter, this may be a short campaign.
The rest of us came out of it quite okay, quite unscarred.
Yes.
except for Ilan, who was injured, and then let us know after our victory that the Ambassador Jamana of the Civilized Kingdom has been kidnapped, and our giant mechanical bull was a distraction for that.
Well, thank you very much, Lisa. And that's exactly right. So basically, right at the end, as you took a deep breath of satisfaction at finally putting down this sort of beastly creature that was shaped like a bull, there's a moment where Ilan kind of like slams the door back open again, tells you it's a distraction as he holds onto the rent part of his armor and like falls over face down into the dirt. You are about 25, 30 feet away. You're slightly nearer. Come on. What would you like to do?
I feel like I shouldn't be able to do that. I'm sorry. There's a quick errata. Ricardo pointed out to us during the break that I cannot concentrate X and bless at the same time. My bad. But how many multi-class warlocks and clerics are there?
Don't worry about it. But
Don't worry about it. The DM ruling is don't worry about it.
Anyway, no. And Kaman rushes into the room.
Okay, so at this point, Barra takes out his lute. This looks like a job for Baza. And he takes out his lute, he starts playing a healing word. Just one single word, which he's going to sing beautifully to restore health to our fallen comrade from the other side. Yeah, that's 2 words. All right. That's good. He feels better.
That's not a word, that's a sign.
how much? So that's you cast healing word. How much?
1d4 plus my spellcasting ability modifier, which my husband will tell me
Plus
shortly, plus 5.
Charisma.
Charisma.
You're very good bard.
I am very
3 plus
good.
5.
3 plus 6. Heals by 8.
Heals for 8.
Okay. You see the obvious arterial blood flow that's sort of like bursting out of his shoulder slow down as your word of your musical magic. And like, still looks pretty hurt, but
Right. Now talk to us. So, what was it you saw?
so you rushed into the room. Yeah.
Right.
I'm
staying to him from a distance.
No worries.
I'm coming into the room.
He's only two coming into the room. So,
Yeah.
So the first thing I'd like you to do is whoever's jumped into the room make a perception check.
Oh, shit.
Right?
You're useless.
We are. Hey.
All right.
23.
Oh,
So you've all
19.
just to check in. You've all charged into the room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once he says that the ambassador
Yeah.
is missing,
Oh, no.
we have no children.
It's all good. Sorry. So 23.
23.
19.
16.
15.
Cool. So as you come in, and you immediately will notice there is a very, very large hole in the back wall.
Right.
And that would have been an interesting thing if you'd rolled slightly higher on that investigation roll you made when you walked in. It was quite high DC all the same, but yeah, it was. It was. I was sitting there going. Anyway, so nevertheless, slap bang in the back, and if you look down it, you can then see there is a tunnel, and it is about 8 or 9 feet wide, so that's about 2.5 meters, I guess, and it's perfectly circular. Looks like it's been bored out or something. And
Right.
you can see on the floor, the 23 perception as well, you can see on the floor is a huge amount of dirt and rubble and other stuff. Clearly it's just been bored in, and then the dirt from that has just been dropped on the floor, right? As you look further down the tunnel, it is pitch black. It seems to go straight as far as you can see for, 60-ish feet. And then, you just lose the darkness takes away anything else you can see. As you listen a little more carefully again with that 23, you don't hear the sound of anything. You look around the room.
I shake, what's his name?
Ilan.
Eli. Hey! Look, what took them? Where's the hot ambassador? Where's the hot emissary? Where's she gone?
Um,
Come on, Ben. Don't be silent.
he sort of grits his teeth and looks at you and goes, "It was a distraction.
Yeah, I
It
know.
was a distraction."
Yeah, hurry up.
Yeah.
So what did you see?
I came in. I saw that the backwards back entrance was there. They left a rear guard. So as I was looking, they attacked.
What hit you?
I don't know.
Can I roll insight?
Yeah.
I don't know if you're telling the truth. Here we go. Oh, shit. Oh, 19.
He seems to just be in a lot of pain
Oh,
and have been surprised.
gosh. You guys are terrible.
Should we give chase?
Yeah, let's go. Come on, then.
Both the ambassador and the missionary is gone.
What?
Mystery.
The ones who can see in the darkness hit in first.
So
You
that's
guys
two
stay a
of
bit
us.
further behind.
Oh, I've got a glowing chest plate.
I know. And that might alert whoever is on the other side.
Should I turn
What's
it off?
coming.
Cool. So we're going to do this as a chase skill challenge. Have you guys ever used the skill challenge before?
Yeah.
So the skill challenge is a thing that comes from 4th edition and maybe early D&D, where basically you're going to tell me an ability or something you think will help you make your way through
right.
this tunnel or through this sort of like part of the world, and how you're going to use it. And then we're going to roll with a difficulty. And you basically, I'm going to say out loud, there are like 4 tests. Each of you is going to have an attempt, and I need 3 successes for good things to happen. 3 failures might lead to some interesting problems.
Can I ask what the terrain is like?
The inside of a dark stone tunnel is what you can see at the moment. And it's stone for about 60 feet ahead of you. It's kind of pitch black, so you can't see too far ahead. But you're currently, just for a more general state, you're currently about maybe 100 feet, 200 feet below the Marabanda jungle. So as a result, that means that the general kind of tropical environment, it's cooler than that down here, but you do end up with a little bit of water slick on the walls. There's a fair amount of dampness, but this dark tunnel.
Alright.
Big MRT tunnel, slightly smaller. Okay.
But I know it's not like littered with big stones and stuff.
It's hard for you to tell because you can't see in the dark.
Okay.
Okay. I'm hustling forward.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Not being particularly stealthy. I'm trying to catch up as fast as I can. So I'm going to athletically run through, dodge any roots that are coming out of the tunnel.
Okay, can I get an athletics check? Please?
I will try. Small scared. Okay.
You got strength.
You can do it. Oh, I rolled 9. 9 plus 5.
Okay, yeah, it's not bad. I mean, athletics is very in line with sort of the kinds of things. If you wanted to insight check the tunnle, that's harder. But so yeah, you absolutely managed to you burst forward and you see that Yrsa, your sort of your leader, kind of like starts sort of sprinting as fast as like small goblin legs can go, but almost starting to get that kind of bionic man stride of right. Sort of like a movie. Pumping the arms and going as fast as you possibly can. You peg down there. You jump over a small tree root that's come out, and there's a rock that's there, and you kind of parkour off the walls. Occasionally do a forward roll, that sort of thing. All very good. Yeah, you absolutely. You make it down the tunnel, and as you do so, you think you see maybe it's your eyes, maybe it's the reflection of something, but there's something up ahead. You think maybe you see something. You can't tell what it is, but you also see the tunnel begins to curve.
But it's still one solid tunnel.
So far, one sort of tunnel. No problem.
Good.
Okay.
Me? So you?
Sure. I'll go investigation. I'm just going what is the best route that will take me quickest from point A to point B.
No worries.
So I roll investigation. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
I was gonna roll deception. I was like, this doesn't make sense at all. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go the short way.
So my
Not
plan
gonna realize
was
it.
Yeah.
right. So I'm just
16.
16. Okay, so you do manage to deceive the tunnel. No, you
Investigating the tunnel.
the tunnel is thoroughly deceived. You 16. So you notice a few things. The first is that this is a very, very large tunnel, and there is a surprisingly small amount of dirt and detritus on the floor of the room that the wall's broken into. So you feel that that dirt must have gone somewhere, right? So you almost feel like actually they bored the tunnel all the way up to the wall, and they left maybe 6 inches worth of material, which then kind of came through some other method. It's almost like this tunnel was formed before a long time ago. And as you come up with that hypothesis, you then look around the tunnel, and it feels consistent because you don't then, as you walk down it, you don't feel any other kind of like,
Yeah.
it doesn't seem like it's been recently carved, except the bit right at the end.
Okay. So I take my care bears there. And
Yeah, absolutely. And so
catch up to-
you've got a bit of knowledge, and you kind of like you move forward, and you let the rest of your team know this a little bit, and you all kind of move forward a little bit further. Would you like to do something else quickly if you wanted to go ahead?
So after analyzing the situation and knowing that I can't really see without the help of my friends, I stay just behind Barra, and I use like a parkour style acrobatic to just dodge everything that appears in front of me, because I only can see as far as you're like.
Probably just like about 15 feet. You can go a bit further than that. You can go in front of me if you want.
Okay,
I'll
so
try to catch up.
I'm always around
Yeah.
him.
Okay.
Yeah,
fair.
and
So-
I'm just like.
That's fine. So when you do something that's quite similar to someone else, it's perfectly valid because it's in line with the skill challenge, but it will make the difficulty high. Right? So you can absolutely make an acrobatics check, which is
Yeah.
very similar to like running down the tunnel that Chin did, but it just makes it a little more difficult.
Oh, you wanna let Kaman go first, and then we can.
Yeah, sure.
You have a hobby to think, and then come on, you go first.
Kaman's going to use survival and find the path of least resistance. His
Okay.
familiarity with the tunnels and the...
How is that substantially different from what Joe is doing?
Oh,
I'm just curious, 'cause again, no problem, but like just a higher difficulty, that's all.
Talk about nature or.
Macintosh.
things survival more because it's familiarity with the environment. I've been in my fair share of tunnels. I know how they work, and I know the most efficient way of moving in them.
You mean forward or backwards?
No.
Sloping floors. The old sloping floor trick. Sure, why not? Go ahead and roll.
Sorry, I would have rolled nature if I.
9.
9? Definitely a tunnel. Definitely a
So
tunnel.
much
You're
tunnel.
100% convinced this tunnel works the way other tunnels work.
It's a tunnel, folks.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Are you aware if it goes up, the tunnel is going up, and if the tunnel goes down, the tunnel is going down? That's Commander's.
It's
Why
not
why nobody
the
likes it?
gizzard of the
Nobody talks
purple
with the ship.
That is important
Like,
news.
it was really unpopular on the ship. I just want to say. Anyway, hey, TA, go for it.
Okay, so I decide to take a stealthy route. So
Okay.
I am close enough to the light that I can see, but just along the shadow. So if I do reach our whoever first, I would not be seen.
Sure, make a stealth roll for me.
Yeah, are you still blessed? Are you still blessed?
No. Oh wait, but I do have luck.
Yes, this is the perfect time.
Oh, you rolled a 1?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a one.
This is the perfect time.
Okay, that matter.
Okay, 8 plus 7. 8 plus 7 is 15.
15. That's not bad at all. So as you move forward in front of Barra's light, you kind of find yourself right at the edge of that sort of like pool of light and darkness, sort of moving backwards and forwards in the shade. As you carry on down this tunnel, there comes a point where you see at your feet the thing that Yrsa had seen at the corner of her eye, which is there is a small gemstone that just flashes for a moment, and you then see a small band, like a silver band about the size of maybe a forearm or so. As you lean a little closer into it, you all kind of like take a moment, and it's a small silver half-torque with a large black kind of onyx gem on it. You make a... Who was there when... You were all there. Who's got an intelligence greater than 16?
No.
Intelligence, hang on.
Are we all done? Oh no, are we all done?
Intelligence is 18.
Oh, my intelligence is
So you're
I knew that.
So you can make just a straight intelligence roll for me.
I'm really smart, guys. Let me show you how smart I am. I am not that smart. I am, there we go.
9 plus 1.
13.
It's not
Smart
a hard
enough.
check. You remember at one point when you saw the multiple hands of the ambassador holding some position, you saw one of the lower arms did in fact have a silver torque on it with a black gem, which you've seen there. So that is on the floor now.
Dibs! Alright, there we go. Oh, it's pretty. Oh, I don't know, it's quite short. I'll put it on.
Okay.
Can I? Oh, Is it
concern.
no, can I identify it?
You can if you want to use that right now, yeah.
Is it a
Can-
10
I
minutes?
only can use
It'll
it
take a
one.
minute's cost, though, I believe.
Yeah, but I can only use it once a day, right? Okay, then it's
Maybe
okay.
not now.
Yeah, not now.
Let's keep
Ah!
up the chest.
Okay, it looks disapprovingly
Okay, so you
not
then
really
carry on.
aligned with her morals, but
You carry on sort of sprinting down this tunnel trying to follow these folks. And as you do, you feel like you're moving quite fast, everything's quite good. Folks who can't see in the dark. So you've got your light spell going,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can avoid tripping and various other things. It's not too hard, right? But after about 5 or 6 minutes of pretty much solid running, right? You're also going to get a little tired, right? It's like you can still manage to do it. It's just like but you need to move back from sprint pace to a run, right? And also something else occurs to you, which is like that ambassador wasn't small, right? Like how is it that somebody's managed to like grab the ambassador, grab another reasonable sized emissary, right, and then sprint for longer than you guys? So there's a point at which something's not quite making sense.
Ah! The wagons!
Look,
Right.
no rings on floor.
Oh, yeah, forgot about that. Alright. Well, let's keep going.
Wait. Given that we've come so far and we've seen that thing,
Mm-hmm.
can we make a check to see if there are any tracks on the ground?
Yeah, sure. Make a survival check.
Oh, yeah, good idea.
Does it have to be me? I mean,
Can we
You can
assist
always
her?
ask someone else to do it. You can delegate the order.
Survival.
do you see any tracks on the ground?
Come on, lowers his face towards the ground.
Come on, then. Alright.
Yes,
So what?
so
Okay.
22.
ooh,
Very good. Okay, so yes, you do see some tracks on the floor, and you see what appear to be some really rather large booted feet, right? Dragging sort of something or someone or whatever, right? And then there is a moment of to where you are, where something's been dropped, and it kind of keeps moving forward, and then the tracks stop. They just disappear.
I look up. Do I see anything?
Make a perception roll.
Do we see her look up? Can we also look up?
yeah, I'm gonna look at the wall.
Okay, so
I brought 15 for ceiling.
15 for ceiling.
Oh wait, no, wrong dice. Oops.
Are we allowed to roll?
You cannot roll higher than a
perception,
12
right?
on the
That was a
D12.
7.
I'll let you
10.
two people usually max.
Only got a 10.
10?
Yeah.
Okay, so 10 and 15. So as you look around and you look up, there's a half moment where you see interesting. That doesn't look right. And you look forward and you can see there's what appears to be maybe a really small cutout in
A
the
what?
ceiling. Like a small gap
Right.
in the tunnel.
Right. Right.
Is there light coming from the gap?
No, it's pitch black. That's one of the reasons it's hard to see, but you know, still 15 just about. It's almost like it's sort of above where the tracks stop, as you're able
Right.
to work that together. You see there's what could be the beginning of a new tunnel, or maybe is like a vertical hatch. It's hard to tell, right? It's sort of because it's a couple.
How far away is it?
Well, I mean, you guys are underneath it now, right? But it's basically it's like looking up into a dark room and then going into a tunnel there.
Is it
Oh wait, no, sorry, dark vision. Dark vision. Dark vision. There's a tunnel above your heads.
No.
Straight up.
How high up?
Yeah, how high up is it?
It goes up about 8 feet, 10 feet, and then seems to curve.
Oh, we go. Boost me.
Well, the two of us will.
Yeah.
Athletics check with advantage, please.
Out of the jobs. Right, I guess one can jump really high. I'm just wondering.
Yeah, I was thinking whether I could take a running jump.
You probably
So you
can.
can, yeah,
Well,
sure.
I think you can jump. So I'm helping out.
Yeah.
with Yrsa. You're on your own.
Don't need you.
So make an acrobatics roll for that. I presume you're parkouring your way up there.
Yeah.
You do it.
19.
Athletics with advantage.
Wait, acrobatics.
Yeah, mine's got
Acrobatics.
Nothing.
Okay.
26.
So you sort of So you jump off, use a hand,
Oh, there we
and
go.
then like kind of like monkey climb your way up to the top, and you kind of get yourself over the lip.
20.
20. Okay, and then you guys get ready and do almost like a cheerleader pop of Yrsa comes up and you go, and
That works.
so you get boosted up into the sky. Can I just get a dexterity check from you?
So, I will try. Oh lord.
Oh no.
No.
Can I help? Can I like
Yeah.
follow up? No.
8.
8.
Yeah.
I rolled a
Sure.
5.
So basically, you shoot Yrsa up like a rocket into this tunnel, right? She kind of gets to the top, goes, that really worked. And then there's a moment too late before you think, I should really grab something, as you then go down the tunnel again. Just for shits and giggles, make an attack roll for me.
What?
Ooh.
I'm sorry.
To miss, right? To miss. The higher the better, right? She misses. She aims.
Please tell me what you rolled.
I rolled a 20.
No way, really?
Yeah.
So she just slams on top of you guys. You're there feeling really powerless. I'm not going to make you do too much damage.
I'm
But don't worry about
sorry.
it. It's like but just bam straight on the two of you. You just knock prone. That's it. But
I take it this is your idea. Stupid. I take it there's nothing up there.
It's actually my idea, but okay.
No, it's his idea.
Okay. Are you up there?
Yes.
Can you lower a rope, please?
Do you have any rope on you? Please tell me you've got Please tell me you've got rope.
Rope.
I will throw you rope.
yeah, between the.
No,
the-
I don't.
No, it's all right.
Alright, you can have mine, come on.
As long as someone in the team has
Yeah.
rope, right? Fine. As long as someone in the team has rope, then yeah,
Got
you can. No worries, got it.
And do my most sort of like
No need to roll because you guys
Roll
will have
nice.
enough passive strength, especially Yrsa, and so you just you brace it, and then Yrsa quickly scrambles up the rope and then helps these two get up there, and you are all going up.
yeah.
Cool. So relatively quickly, you find that you can't all fit in the tunnel, as in side by side, right? But you can have one person in front, one person both,
Oh, I
person,
think we're in the right positions.
and the tunnel is maybe I want to say 1.5 to 2 meters wide maximum, and it's about 2 meters tall. It's a bit smaller than the one you just came up from, right? Now, what's the order that people are going down this tunnel?
Lines
Me
down
first.
back.
I still need or someone.
Oh no, but I'm behind you. If I'm right behind you,
Yes,
my
but-
light goes 15 feet.
Oh yeah.
If you want, you can use your goggles. Turn off my
But I
light.
need the
In time.
You need
Yeah.
to intern. Yeah.
Which I don't have any.
You don't have any,
Yeah. I
okay.
don't have any.
All right then. I like the way.
Yeah.
Well, let me track my intern.
You could say thank
I
you.
use magic.
Thank you.
Actually, that's a good point.
Here we
Yes,
go.
if you can, Joe, don't forget to mark off your intern as you use magic.
Oh yeah, forgot about that.
That's right, Norris.
All right, yeah.
For folks who don't know, in this campaign we have a thing called intern. So here it's basically the idea that represents that a huge amount of magic in this world requires a piece of important component. It's sort of like a thing called mage dust. In order that you cast a first level or above spell, you need to use a small amount of mage dust, and different big players use it in different ways, depending on the ritual. But in essence, you use it in addition to your spell components. So yeah, thanks for marking that off.
No problems.
Where were we? So it was Yrsa first, then it was
No, I can go behind PA.
okay. So
Oh, yeah.
Way.
Come on, bring out the ring.
okay,
So nobody attacks us from behind.
and then so you're then second, Kie. Okay, cool. So as you start to head down this tunnel, you work its way around this kind of bendy, and it goes backwards and forwards. And this seems a lot more of an organic. There are points in this sort of thing that it seems almost like it's part of the lore and of different tunnels. It's not. It doesn't immediately just seem like it was purposefully bored straight like the other one did. Right, this one moves around a lot. It moves around with the curves of the earth and the stone. As you carry on for a bit further, you hear the sound of running water ahead.
Okay. Either we are walking to somebody's toilet. Underground waterfall.
Oh, I've done that before. No problems. Let's go.
The underground water.
Oh no, the toilet.
and as you sort of scrabble ahead, this tunnel finally opens out a little wider, and you find yourself on a very narrow sort of edge, and about 4-5 feet in front of you is this sort of like is the length of this ledge, and maybe it goes out to either side for a couple of meters, and then is a sort of shallow slope down to a relatively fast-running underground river. If you can't see too much, I mean, the two with dark vision, you can actually see clearly. It's an underground river, and the far side is the wall of a tunnel, right? So you can't see. This tunnel you're in doesn't continue further. The river flows from your right to your left, and it's flowing relatively rapidly downhill.
Let's check for tracks again.
Okay.
See where the heck we have gone to.
Come on. Lowest his face to the ground.
I nudged Yrsa and others to also take
Sorry?
a look.
It's a 16.
16? Sorry?
I wanted to double check.
Um,
For the simple reason that he missed the tunnel.
You said tracks.
Wait, survival, right?
so
14.
14. Okay, so that's fine. In practical terms, you'll get a choice if anyone who does that. It's either, if you're going to do an assist action, it's advantage or 2 dice rolls, but you have to let me know before the rolls get made.
Advantage would be better.
But also before the rolls get made, most importantly. So, but we'll let this one go because it's succeed both ways. You definitely see the tracks appear and disappear. They obviously come to the edge of the water where they've been, and there's a clear couple of points where there's been some weight that's been rested here. And then the tracks just go nowhere.
They clearly took some kind of a boat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I look at the rest of you. I don't know if you want to go for a swim.
Well, I used to be a sailor.
I look at the cleric who's wearing full plate.
I breathe underwater.
That.
Good point, Matt. I forgot about that.
Well, I used to be a sailor. I don't know. I mean, could I like carry one of the small ones on my back?
I can swim.
Great leader, would you do me the honour of if I could carry you down the river? Go for a bit of a swim?
Okay, I will try and swim also. But if
okay.
I'm failing, please help.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Before we start splashing, is there is there like a bank on the other side that we could check for tracks?
There is no bank on the other side. So as far as you can tell, if you look sort of 60 feet in each direction, it just seems to be, if not smooth, then certainly like it's rock face on the other side. There's no obvious ledge that you can see. There's no other kind of gotcha.
It looks like we should follow the water.
Yeah, that would be a logical conclusion, right?
I take out my rope and I'm not sure if this is a good idea because I'm not used to water. I come from mountain. But should we tie ourselves to one another?
No, that's not a good idea. I don't think it's a good idea. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll take the hit if you want. But no, like he's going to go underwater. So I think that's a bad idea. If we tried to him, he might drag us down. I know he used to like him on the ship. He's got some speed. No, I know nothing. You're good luck. Anyway, yeah. So I don't think we should tie ourselves to each other. Anyway. So yeah. I don't know. What do you think?
Since Kaman is the most familiar and comfortable in water, should we send him off on like a recce first to see whether there's
party?
just for a bit to see whether there's a
Well,
bank?
you don't say very much, but when you do, you say stupid shit, don't you?
Hey now, there's no need for that. We are just brainstorming here.
All right.
Okay, can.
All right.
No problem.
Sorry, later.
Yeah, but I think Kaman should go first to recce because
Yeah, that's a good idea.
But we can follow right behind.
Yeah, that's a good idea too.
Okay, I guess I'll take the lead.
All right, yeah, you go.
So you're
I
going
can
to
see
scout?
in the dark too.
Yeah, of course. So are you just jumping in with all your gear?
I'll carry a gear for you.
Oh yeah, sure. It's just your gear is not necessarily waterproof, right?
No.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Just check in.
Okay.
So you jump in with your gear. No worries.
I'm going to assume that the entire is with waterproof.
Yeah, 100%. But that stuff is so valuable, right? So it's like it's inside
Everything else is like
special sort of like little pouch that's waterproof and everything. So you sort of jump into the water and relatively quickly the breastplate sort of bears you down.
Yeah,
right? And it's I want to say it's surprising to you how deep it is, right? Initially you thought it was going to be like maybe 3, 4, 5 foot because it's a relatively fast running stream, but actually it kind of goes down a whole couple of meters, right? It's sort of like it's quite steep, quite deep as well, right? And you look around either direction. You're able to, you're out for swimmer, so it's not really a hard problem for you. And you start going. Now, is there a particular direction you want to go in? You can go upstream or downstream. Upstream is obviously harder. You move at half speed.
I'd probably follow the currents, but I'll surface and let them know how deep it is.
You know, I don't like you very much. We're on message here. I'll take a look at you.
It only has a range of 30 feet.
While this is happening, I'm going to prepare for the swim. I'm going to take out my water skin, empty out all the water, blow into it, and stop it up to make like a...
Like a little ladder for you. It's like a swim ladder. You can like and a margarita while you're at it.
like, you know, take out like my spare pants and like do the thing where you...
Oh, that's the thing.
water. Survival
Are you
swimming
basically telling me
course.
Yrsa got her like silver?
Yeah.
I know what you're saying. Yeah.
No, and seeing what Yrsa is doing, I'm like, oh yeah, that's really good art. Yeah. So I guess so smart. You know, until my water skin is like,
It's just I'm not used to water.
no, totally
I come
understand.
from the mountain.
No, of course, it's great place.
Common surfaces briefly to Barra's a sailor, not a swimmer.
Yeah, pretty
The
cute,
random
eh?
diss from
Down there. Piece of shit. There you go.
I go over here.
Sure.
Downstream.
So as you start heading downstream, you relatively quickly. This is moving at sort of a couple of knots. It's not stupidly fast, but it's enough that it moves you pretty quickly, right? And as it does so, you quickly see there is another turn coming up, and then as you get around the corner of that turn, you can see that it heads off down into a dark tunnel, and as far as your eyesight can see, like it's down into a downward slope.
Okay.
So there's a point on the downward slope where you're like, if I go down too much further, getting up's going to be a pain in the ass.
So I surface and let them know what's in it. Right, so it's going to turn, and then it's point of no return. So if we wanted to check upstream, we'd have to check it now.
Yeah, you go.
Okay, fine. Upstream.
Yeah, so it's relatively quickly as you start heading upstream, you find yourself struggling harder and harder. It starts to become an upward incline.
And then I stop and I'm like, then I surface again. Doesn't make sense for them to have gone this way.
Okay. So this is what I'm going to do. I take out a python from my climber's kit, and my idea is I'm going to use that to kind of help myself along the bank.
Okay.
And then when we reach the bend area, I'm going to anchor it and then put a rope so that if we did need to come back up again, we have something.
So you'll leave a rope behind there.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. Can I get a survival check for you? This is a great idea, I think, but let's see if you can actually achieve it.
Oh, I rolled 18 plus.
Bravo.
So 20. Wow.
No problem. I was kind of aiming for a 14, so anything above that's great. So yeah, fantastic roll. So so that's awesome. Rock on. So you kind of manage to use this thing to like scrape your way down the wall so you don't go too fast. And then you get to a certain point and then kind of latch on and then like stab it into the wall, and then using the bottom end of it, you start knocking in your python to be able to like then try and get a rope in to allow you through that.
At this moment, I thought you took out snake from your bag.
I'm sorry, what? No, not a python.
Oh,
Yeah.
python.
And I thought my ears were bad. It's just it's my pet. It's very helpful.
Swims excellently.
Yeah.
So how long's your rope?
50-foot hempen rope.
50-foot hempen rope. So you now have a rope that you're able to carry down with you. The length of the tunnel is at least 60 because the two of you can't see.
I've got more rope. I can lend you my rope. Yeah. So yeah, no problems. Yeah. There we go.
You want to say that so you do the
Oh yeah. I know. Do knots. Yeah. There we go. Look, it's beautiful.
Okay, great. So fantastic. So again, I'm not going to make you do Boy Scout rolls or anything like that. Right? You can all tie knots. You're experienced explorers all the way.
Bunny goes through the
Yes, round the tree.
It's fine. I'll do it.
So you make your way down, all the way down this this sort of long and steep decline, and it goes on for about 80, 90, 100 feet, and then finally you kind of get to the point where it starts to shallow out.
I'm at the
So
end of my rope.
and so you have to go back up to get it.
Right, no, so we've got like 50 feet, so it's like 100 feet now.
100 feet total, yeah. So you're two tied together, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
great. So you're down, you can get down to the bottom and it's now flattened out.
Okay, oh, there we go.
Okay. Carrying on further.
I surface and I shake my hair up. Oh yeah, that was a good swim. Ah.
For a random moment, there's just this incredible lighting. This little breeze just appears, and like so Barra's hair just kind of floats behind him, and it's all like,
God, I love the water. All right, then shall we keep going?
The three of us.
Like just sigh.
as you kind of carry on further down this sort of dark tunnel, as it's still pitch black in here. You've used a bit of intel. No, you haven't got any. So you guys are using a bit of your light from your
Yeah, I mean, it lasts for an hour, so let me know if it goes off.
your chest lamp.
Yeah, just let me know if it goes off. It lasts for an hour.
Gotcha, but it's a cantrip, right?
Yes,
So
cantrip.
you can just keep renewing.
That's
It's
true,
not
that's
a
Yeah.
thing, right? It's only the only thing to be aware of, I think, with light is that it's concentration. So when you use something else,
Yeah.
you just be aware of that. But yeah, this is a cantrip. I'm not gonna.
Okay.
It is concentration or not?
It's
I don't
not.
think it
Oh,
is.
in which case, yeah, you can just use it then.
It just lasts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
glow stick.
you kind of make your way down along, and the sound of the water is rushing around you and rushing around your feet, and it starts to become less and less deep. So it's moved from swimming to now it's begun to shallow out, and so you move to the point where you can just like, okay, you're swimming, and then you come towards the shore, and then at some point you stand up, right?
Still swimming, cause short.
Yeah, indeed. And right, exactly. So you two stand up and they keep swimming, and then after a while, like they start standing up. As you find yourself now on this sort of flattened part as it carries on straight ahead of you. Up about 30 or 40 feet ahead, on the other hand, there is now a split.
Oh.
Oh no.
Okay.
I want to look like on the walls and the ceiling to see if there are any tracks or marks of someone who has passed.
I also want to check that we would have to have left our rope behind at some point.
You would have left your plan so
Yeah,
far.
we would have secured it to something.
Yeah, we secured it to the python.
Oh, no, the other side, the end of the rope, so it doesn't.
Oh, yeah.
Currently, you haven't. I mean, if you want to nip back up, you obviously can.
All right. Tie, look for something to tie it to.
Sure. So you'll spend a couple minutes doing that
Yeah.
while.
Yeah,
So
and then I come back and I do my thing.
yeah.
Oh yeah, everything's settled. Don't worry.
What did you want to do, Lisa? Sorry.
I want to look at the walls and the ceiling to see if there are any traces of anyone who had recently passed by.
Sure. Make an investigation roll for me.
Eight.
It's really dark in here. Barra's gone up the road
Right.
to like sort out the ropes, and you're basically trying to do a search in pitch blackness for something. So yeah,
Okay. Wait.
that's
Wait
just
for Barra to
happened.
come back.
So yeah.
No, I'm sorry.
Well, about return. Did I hear my name? Anybody calling for me?
Perfect. Okay. Please take a look and see where they might have hit.
Oh yeah, I'm good at that.
Yeah, so we're not going to do that. So like, if you've made a call to make a check, right? We need some other stuff to happen that will
right,
change the
sure.
situation rather than like basically where you're at is it's just too dark to be able to see these things clearly, and practically it's time for you to do whatever you're doing next, right? Otherwise, you just end up with like, let's just keep re-rolling until we get the right answer, right?
Yeah.
So what would you like to do? Left or right, or split up?
Yeah, I'm gonna say let's flip the coin.
You know, like nobody likes your shit. It's like all these stupid ideas. Unfortunately.
Tell you what,
Okay.
we,
Yeah.
we split up a little bit,
Oh,
and then if you see anything further down the tunnel, shout.
sure.
Okay?
Should we still use the rope trick? Because if not, when we come back up, we'll be upstream.
No, we're not in the water anymore.
Yeah.
Oh,
the
we're
other
walking,
one.
right?
The thing is, she can't see in the dark, so I don't suppose you might have any spare ink gun for her to put on her goggles.
Oh yeah, shit ton of it.
Yeah. So do I. Show off.
She just needs a little bit.
You all give her some.
Okay, then I guess you're
Look,
upset.
say thank you.
Thank you.
There we go. Well brought.
Okay,
Don't say very much.
the shots go down this tunnel. The talls go down that
Oh
tunnel.
no, really?
Yeah.
Woohoo! Let's go.
Fine. Let's go.
Nice.
We
So
can.
who's going left? Who's going right?
Alright, coin. You can slip a coin if you want.
Yeah,
Since you got shit loads of money.
Yeah, okay. Odd, we go left, even we go right.
Well,
Yeah,
go
yeah.
left
Odd.
for me.
Let's go left. I hope
Three.
you got
So you get 4 hours on.
Nice.
Thank
You
you.
have a loud voice.
So you put your goals on. You take a moment, take a little tiny bit of this
Not
in
tomato
that he gives you, and you pop it into the side. It's kind of an odd little mechanism you've been used to it over time, and then this little greenish glow appears, and overload. Basically, when you put the goggles on, it completely. It's almost like a ski mask, right? But it overlays your entire vision and allows you to see sort of like in the dark.
Testing.
It's all green. You can't see color, but it's like it's like
Night vision
the night
goggles.
vision goggles that you see all the sorts of military folks.
She gets like a close up of like Yrsa going.
yeah, no, exactly.
How many fingers am I holding?
20.
Oh no. I think the goggles
Wait.
malfunction.
Dope. Super.
Very good.
Okay.
So
Come on then, old buddy. Let's go.
you're going down the right tunnel,
Left tunnel.
and you're going down the right
tunnel.
tunnel. Okay, cool. So
The right
the
thing.
majority of the water goes down the left side. Right? So there is a bit that goes, a fair amount that goes down the right. So it's a split in the water, right? So, but it's you don't need to swim either way. Like it's just more that it's ankle depth for you guys, right? And it would have been shin depth for you guys, but they were. We jokes though. It's still. Whereas for you guys, it's more like the stream kind of runs along one side, and you can kind of walk on a bit of a bank. Okay? We'll start with you guys there. Right? So as you head off down the left-hand tunnel, you've got Barra lighting the way for you. A beacon in the darkness, one might say.
Not that I need it. Okay.
And you keep walking for a little way yet. Can I get a couple of perception checks from you, please?
We can't assist each other, right? Perception.
Not on this one.
Alright, go for it.
26.
20. Okay.
Yeah, not
Oh,
20.
that's what it came from.
Actually, I have a question. So dark vision is 60 feet. Right?
Yes.
So if she's lit, does his dark vision then start after that? Or-
No, it's not. It's just basically what it means is that for the 15 feet or so, he can actually see colour in his dark vision, and then beyond that, it just goes to shades of grey, which is the dark vision effect.
My first roll was 12.
Your first roll was 12, and your natural 20, right? So between the two, it's amazing. So with that natural 20, you actually, it was going to be quite a hard check, but in a kind of like a 16 way, not in like a natural 20 way. So even between the two of you, managed to you tap on Barra's shoulder and point, and you can see sort of up ahead, you see some of that orange kind of glow that you saw earlier on a while back, right? And you see some of that orange glow again, and you kind of notice it far enough away that you think that there is a person, maybe two people there, kind of moving backwards and forwards, and then one thing occludes the other in terms of almost it looks like two people walking backwards and forwards, maybe talking. Hard to tell from this distance. You're probably right at the edge of your dark vision on this.
I was supposed to shout if we saw something.
I don't know if it's a good idea. That's people on the thing. Sure, I turn off my light.
Yeah.
What now?
We follow those lights.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I like that. Let's go.
We shouldn't try to get the others.
Right there. How do you want to do that?
Okay, fine, let's keep going.
No, let me think about it. Maybe we can, I don't know. We could sing a song.
Go back and get them.
Go back and get them.
Yeah.
In the meanwhile, as you're making that decision, you guys sort of head down the other tunnel, right? Are you going double speed or half speed or?
Well, we are closer. We're just gonna move at normal.
Cool. Can I get stealth checks from you, or are you not being stealthy?
We're being stealthy.
Oh, so you're at half speed then.
It's true. We are going at half speed then. We are being
Okay.
stealthy. Dramatic reactions all around.
You're not
11.
lucky yet.
Yeah, 11 too, man.
11.
He's 3 times a day.
Yeah.
Oh, lucky 3 times a day, I don't know what you want to review.
No, it wasn't.
No, 11, no, not one, but just low.
This is a half thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that only once a day you can do, or is there any natural one?
3 times a day.
Thanks, any natural one.
It doesn't say.
Yeah.
It's any natural one. Yes, this one. So anytime you roll one, you get to reroll it.
Yeah, but it's not one.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's it for?
Nevertheless, you think you're,
Being stealthy.
being stealthy and quiet. Like it's dark. You're not making any noise. Why would anyone see you? As you head further and further down this tunnel, you can't see anything, right? Like, oh no, you can't. It's supposed to be all of that.
yeah.
You can see perfectly. You get in green. In the same way you're still seeing in shades of grey. And the tunnel begins to bend away from towards your right hand side. So previously the tunnel came down, it split, you went down the right, and then the tunnel carries on bending off to the right. As you carry on, you reach a point where the tunnel starts to ascend a little bit.
Okay. What is the flow? What kind of terrain is
So the water, it's interesting, the water that was coming by your side, as this begins to ascend, the water just begins to flow through a crack or a large crevice and just disappears off into the cabin system somewhere.
Okay. Given that there's a change in the terrain, and chances are if somebody went up that they would have stepped through the water, can we check for traps there? I mean tracks.
You can check for traps and tracks.
Yeah! Is there any move the better survival skill? What?
Okay, do you see anything? Any steps?
Whisper.
Do you see anything?
It's kind of wet. It's dark. Nothing is lined out in green. It's really hard to tell. It's really dark in here. Even with the glasses and stuff, it's like nothing here still comes through.
But it's not a fog, right?
It's just the water trails off into a crevice, and then it's a slow, gentle incline. It's quite relatively large.
Okay. Given that in character we do not know what's happening on the other side, we continue.
Okay, so you carry on, beginning to start heading up this incline, and after a little while, you start to feel your feet are like the surface turns from rock to a slightly more rubble rock mixture, meaning that it's no longer the smooth stone that comes from water that's being pushed down a waterway, and is now more of the detritus that you'd find in a mining tunnel. Right?
Huh, okay.
You carry on for a few more minutes.
In the meantime,
We've been...
Yeah, we've been discussing. Can I?
Yeah, sorry.
So, what animals like live in caverns like these? Like bats.
Bats, maybe.
You started shouting from here? Why don't we go back to this fork? Then they can hear us.
Yeah, like they think they hear bats. We run back.
Can I get perception checks?
Please be high. Oh yeah. 21.
So, Yrsa, you hear some bats.
Oh no.
Back over on this side, however, the flickering that you guys saw stops as you hear quite clearly. Now, what languages do you speak?
Dwarvish and common. And Dwarvish.
Common, deep speech, Elvish, and Aquan.
Dipspitch.
Dipspitch. Oh, well, this is going to be the accent of Dipspitch then. So in Dipspitch, though, you hear, what was that? Did you hear anything? I heard something. What was that?
The buzzer just going. I prestidigitate some bat fluttering sound. Oh, no, I don't have it. I prestidigitate some bat fluttering sound.
I prestidigitate that bat fluttering sound.
You sure. You know what? I'd like an unassisted deception roll, please.
I create a silent image of silent image. Yes, silent image can be...
It's silent. Like
Like
by
in a
definition, it's silent though.
No, but if we press the
So
digital bat sound...
you can do. Well, you casting both, right?
Yeah.
So
Silent image
I'll let
is
you do one or the other.
concentration. Prestidigitation isn't, so that appears.
Right.
That sound?
Sure. Maybe. I'm not going to let you use the prestidigitation. Is like is like cool little magic trick stuff.
no, okay,
It's
So
not.
no sound.
It's
no
not going to
sound.
give you program delusion
So,
level. Of sound.
okay, so that's like a bat.
So Barra will have to make the bat.
So, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to allow Barra to give you a different kind of advantage, right? Meaning that you can use Barra's skill modifier plus on your stealth check.
Stealth check.
No, sorry, deception check.
That's very good because it's a +9.
Well, you got to remove your proficiency bonus from it, so it's your
+6, but +7.
+7. So you get +7.
So,
Yeah.
given that I am a bear totem barbarian with speak with animals and be sense, I am relatively familiar with the ways of animals, and the sudden burst of bat speech out of nowhere that is not continued anymore must, therefore, hint that something is being disturbed. If not an actual bat, then an actual Barra.
I put it to you, Your Honor, there is no way my client could have been at the scene of the crime and at his birthday party. Maybe. Let's finish off this. Let's finish off this bit of madness.
Deception!
Deception.
Deception! 25.
So real.
Well, on that bombshell. Okay. In which case, there is a lot of bat noise, and it's very convincing. So I will allow you to be concerned at the sudden shock of bats.
But there are some bats being disturbed on you.
That is, in fairness, the only look worth giving, I think. What?
I think there might be people that they are disturbing the bats. Maybe we should go and see.
Are we? Are our people disturbing the bats? Or
I don't know.
our people are the bats?
Why would our people be the bats? What kind of ludicrous world would that happen?
A secret signal.
Huh? Maybe. Never mind. Let's go check it out. The smalls are on their way.
You're gonna respond to the bat signal.
I see what you did there. So the bat signal has been thrown at you guys. 25, huh? Yeah, okay. So,
It's like the two of us hunching low and then me going.
So there's a moment where, in deep speech, you hear. It's very weird to hear bats down here. Have you ever come across bats in these tunnels before? And the other says, no. No. In fact, what do they eat?
Good point.
Fruit, maybe. Where is the fruit from? And this conversation then tails off into the inane, as often these many conversations will do. And they sort of seem to have stood down from their suspicion.
So crazy. Maybe we should go back a little bit and make them so they don't make too much noise. Okay, so tell them there's people standing forward. Okay, so let's retreat.
Oh wait, hold on a second. Sorry, I just have a quick point of question. You're a blazing icon.
It's been turned off.
Yeah, he turned it off.
Oh, you turned it off. Okay, fine. I was just gonna have a moment of like, yes.
No, because I saw the things up my head. There's a couple of people up my head.
Yeah, and I went.
No worries.
Yeah.
Makes perfect sense. I just wanted to check in. Okay, cool. So you guys gonna settle back?
Yeah, we're moving back towards the fort.
I'm gonna hold
So are
on
we-
to it because I don't have like I don't like it's not like any gauge or anything like that.
No, it's fine. Do you have something to tell me?
Oh, no.
No? Okay.
Piece of shit. Stop it.
Strange nothing. The tolls.
We make our way back towards the fort.
You head back up to the fort. A few moments pass, and then you find the four of you reconverge again.
We heard bats.
Alright, yeah, that was me. Let's hurry. Let's hurry. There's a couple of people speaking dip speech.
Dip switch.
Yeah.
It's the language of Cthulhu. Dip speech.
What were they saying in dip spits?
I'm talking about bats.
Yeah,
mostly.
they were wondering
They were like wondering why the bats were so deep down here. Yeah, that was
Because-
mostly it.
because Barra
We've
was
got
bats.
to
Let's go get back.
It's fine. But we've got to be really stealthy,
Do we?
don't we? We're not gonna kill them.
But we have to catch up with them.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Sorry.
When we're nearing, you let us know. Then we'll slow down.
Okay, I'll just go slightly ahead of everyone because I suppose I'm best at spotting things.
I immediately let go of him and hold on to Ki. Right, no, you lead me. Right.
You lead me. Very small.
You have a sort of Barra sort of hand grabbing on your shoulder as you kind of make your way back down the tunnel again. And are you going last or are you going along with it?
I'm going just behind him.
Cool. No worries. So you make your way pretty much back to where you were just before. Actually, quickly, just Ed and Joe, can you just twitch your mic slightly towards you guys? I think
Oh,
you're-
sorry.
No, it's not your
Talking
fault.
too softly.
Towards you, yeah. I think it's just a slight misalignment. That's okay. No
There we
problem.
go.
That should be
Much
good.
better.
Perfect.
It's better now.
There we go. I think that should work
There we
a
go.
bit better. Perfect. So anyway,
Okay.
so you guys kind of carry on back down the tunnel again without too much difficulty because you've already been down it once and you're all pros at this stuff. You make your way back down through to roughly where you did your. I don't know the right word. Let's just call it your Batnum opus, right? But you sort of had that moment of bat inspiration. But and you still see just at the edge, so 70-ish feet away, you still see like there's these sort of like slightly more lit figures.
What's he doing? Come see what he's doing.
I got a message.
I see them.
Yeah. You can't see them clearly because they're right at the edge of
Oh, there we
it
go.
from where you are. You guys can sneak a bit forward if you like.
Will I be able to see? Will I be able to see the orange glow?
You can see a little dim bit of light. Yeah.
You see
Because it's sort of just it's almost like it's like the curve of the tunnel for the folks that can see, right? And at the edge of the curve of the tunnel there's a little bit of
Right. It's just because I don't have dark vision.
yeah, exactly. So you see
Okay.
you see flickering light that
Uh-huh.
flickers in and out because it's right on the edge of the tunnel.
But we can see where it's coming. Like, how much more do we see?
There's not a lot to see here. You're working out the fact that these guys were said there were two figures going back and forth. You would need to get a little closer to them to see clearly. I mean, at the sort of distance you know, things are not the size of small ants or anything, but they are, they're still reasonably distant. It's an echoey cavern or echoey tunnel, so you want to be a little careful.
Should we switch back to our default party order and stealth forward?
Yeah.
So this
I
is
think so.
Key and I will move forward and see what the heck is going on. If you start hearing sounds of fighting, go full on shock and awe, light it up. Okay?
Okay, all like that.
Alright.
I'm still holding on to
I take
Ki.
I take
I transfer.
Barra's hand and move it to Kaman.
Look, it's like purely platonic, alright? It's like I don't feel anything for you that way, but like nobody likes you on shit. Just want to remind you. Alright, let's go. Come on then.
Just
Stop talking to me, making me uncomfortable.
So I'd like who's sneaking forwards?
Both of us.
Okay, Susie. So can I get a stealth check from you, please?
27.
Oh, good.
Oh no!
5.
So we're moving in like
2 by 2, is it? Are we allowed?
different directions.
I mean,
Like
if
we're not
by-
sneaking together.
If by different directions you mean down this tunnel that's maybe 3 meters wide,
Fine.
because I mean you could move in that direction and she could move in that direction, or maybe you could zigzag. I just want to know exactly because it's a difficult game. Stay with the mind. What are you thinking exactly?
I'm thinking there's a cabin though, apparently.
Oh, I see. No, afraid not. Not yet, anyway. But as you do kind of manage to move sort of like along, yeah, maybe.
I fall down at some point, I guess.
Yeah, there's a moment where you are just very quiet and you're sort of sneaking on ahead, and then there's a moment where you're just sort of you think you know where she is, but actually you sort of stumble into her, and then at the last minute you stop yourself, and then you go. And you hear a voice in deep speech say, No, I definitely heard something. Is it them bats again? God damn it! How are these bats here? I'll take another deception with advantage.
We freeze there. It's like,
Are you using mine or hers?
No, yours.
Mine. 20.
Okay. You know, maybe I just need to sleep more. This is really doing my nuts in. So you guys are now about 15, 20 feet closer. You can see as you kind of come further down this tunnel, up ahead of you, and it's about 20 feet away from you, just as the tunnel begins to curve. There appear to be 2 4 to 5 foot tall, red-skinned, sort of lizardy type creatures. You can't really tell clearly, but based on what Barra mentioned to you earlier, and the fact that there's a slight glow often, that slight reddish glow, these might be fire newts.
huh. Wow, that's unexpected.
I message Yrsa.
Right leader, what are you saying?
I see what I think are fire newts.
Why?
But I don't know. I felt my.
Well, you're 15, 20 feet ahead, right?
Yeah.
So you wouldn't be able to cross that. Oh, you're messaging?
Yeah.
Messaging.
Okay, fine. So it was from
I think I see fire newts. How many of them are there?
Well, you think you only see 2?
I see 2 for sure.
What is around that area? Are they like at the entrance?
Yes, they're literally, yeah, if you think about it, you're almost looking down a corridor, and on the end of the corridor it turns to the right, and you can see there's a couple of fire newts in the corridor.
So then I message Barra and tell her the same.
One of them turns to the other and says, "So Tony, you don't speak these things, do you?"
No, I do not.
You don't
I have no idea what.
So they say,
Yeah, then I message.
I hear some sounds. What are they saying? Repeat it as best as you can. I'll pass it on
No
to her.
way. No way.
Comes out at the end.
I'd like to hear how it comes out in this game of telephone, so let's give it a go, just for shits and giggles.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Blah 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 blah.
Go.
Sorry, this is wrong. Go.
Go.
Service kitchen sink is currently underneath its wife's cabinets in her brother's house.
Sounds like it needs some help.
Yeah.
Maybe we can go help.
I gesture to Kie.
We continue.
We have like a small set of hand signals worked out because we've been a team that's worked together for a while. So it's like continue.
I mean, I think even most people who aren't in a team that's worked together as elite operatives.
I message.
What's happening now? Oh, boy.
Yes, we're sneaking forward a bit more to see what we can see.
Alright, he said his kitchen sink's broken. Yeah, let's go. Let's go help him.
Okay then.
I'm moving forward.
Yeah.
I'm completely not paying attention to what they're saying because it's
Blah.
literally gibberish.
Blah, blah. And then there's a moment passes, and they make up the perception rolls in that last moment, where you see them both step around the corner, and they have spears leveled down, and they're like, "Oh, oh, oh!"
Do we hear the shouting?
You hear, "Who goes there? Halt! Who are you?"
I shout back in deep speech. We are representatives of the Namandan Union, and we have lost our way. Where are we now?
So you hear, my brothers think. Yeah, sorry. So you stand and you give this sort of interesting bit of deep speech deception, which I'd like to see a roll for.
50.
Okay. There's a momentary pause, and they say, "Wait here. I'll get the sergeant."
Thank you.
And one of them kind of steps away for a minute and wanders, and the other one shouts back to her and say, "What was that about the sink?" It's passed on for a second. A few moments pass.
Okay.
Should we have a conversation?
Once he starts talking, I'm gonna say,
Just come up here. What did he say?
He's saying he's going to get his son. I translate.
You get. Don't. What are you doing? Don't move. Don't do anything that's going to cause a problem here.
I'm just telling them that you're going to get your superior, and we're going to wait here. They don't speak the language, so I'm translating.
wait, the two small guys look calm, right? It's not like they were prepared for people to come rushing here looking for,
It looks like they were on some kind of guard duty that you can tell.
but like a regular guard duty, not like we have something that someone is coming for.
Make an insight check.
And second, can I ask how tall are you, sir?
I'm sorry?
How tall are they?
20.
4.5 feet, maybe?
1.5 feet.
20.
20. No, you don't. You get the impression that they're a little bit on edge.
All right. I at this point, I message everybody. Anybody can disguise themselves? If they can, we can take out this guy, and we can try and make our way in.
So,
I wanted to ask, does their description match the pigments?
Possibly. It's enough. Given you got a reasonable vague description from the miners, it's in line. It's sort of like you got like small red slimy and gives off light. These are small red slimy give off light. I mean, it could be like it's not enough to get you to like subspecies, but yeah.
Joe, you're hiding what?
Sorry, can anybody disguise themselves? If you can take out this guy, and we can take his place. Hey,
This close?
no, disguise.
Oh, disguise.
Can you disguise yourself?
Okay.
Yrsa has not a lot of patience, so she marches forward at the remaining guard.
Look here, you little shit.
Don't come closer.
Emissary?
Did you take the emissary?
No.
Inside check.
Sure. Go ahead.
Did somebody else take the emissary?
We don't really know what he's saying there, right?
Can I message him?
No.
All right.
It's nice try that.
Did somebody else take the emissary past you?
What? No, get the hell away from me. And don't ask questions.
Now can I check for insight?
A push, but you can give it a go. Go on.
Okay. Yeah. 8.
Exactly what you'd expect. I think it's a high tensional situation. He's being not quite charged, but certainly being borne down on by Yrsa. And he's sort of like waving a spear around in quite a, defensive way.
Yes, sir. We're gonna start a fight soon. I can't be certain if they're responsible. Yeah. They might be, they might not be. It's like 50-50.
I smile to make up for Yrsa's hostility.
Do we see tracks?
It's terrifying. A couple of moments pass, and then you see a group of sort of lights kind of come down this corridor, right? And you realise as it resolves relatively quickly, there's not actually a group of lights; it's a squad, and it's a squad of these sort of like short, kind of like red creatures, rather like the ones in front of you with the spear. They've all got spears. Leading the squad is another red creature, but this time wearing a darker sort of armor on top, right? So like a bit more important, whatever. As it comes closer and says, and they speak speaking in deep speech. It says, what seems to be the problem here? What's going on? Who are all these people? Why are they in our domain? Do you have an answer for me, Sam? And the one that's left with the spear turns around and goes, no, I don't have an answer for you. I'm on guard duty. These people just showed up, and then this one started bearing down on me, and we heard a lot of bats, so it's very confusing.
Yrsa starts marching around, and then she calls out to Kaman.
Can you ask them if they have any tall people in their group, or are they all short fucks?
They're all your size.
Yeah.
Yeah, fine.
My leader would like to ask if you have any tall people in the area.
I speak your heathen surface tongue.
Hi. Alright. Hi, pal. I was just wondering, we sort of like lost our way because we were like looking for somebody who was lost up there. And we just sort of wandered out here and we were wondering, did you see it sort of like sort of like a dark woman, really dignified, and sort of like this tall guy who looks sort of like an insect into, we were just wondering, because we'd really like to bring them back. We're kind of like scared of the dark, so might you have seen them around here?
Yes, come with me.
Oh.
So says
Inside. Inside him now.
Go on, go ahead.
Right, yeah.
What are you inciting for?
Whether he's threatening, whether he's a threat to us, whether he's going to take us off to slit our throats.
Sure, go ahead.
Well, that was not great. That is a 7.
You're dangerous people in a dangerous world.
Right then, hey, you like plums? My friend's got plums.
I'm not giving these people my plums. Give us back our emissary right now.
We don't know for sure, so should we just
let's try with them. Yeah.
Why are we following people to strange places?
No, they say.
Did you take our emissary or not?
I did not take your emissary.
Okay, then where the heck were you bringing us?
Follow, you'll see.
It's going.
There's no need for any facility here. Everybody is a guest.
I don't like this kind of suspense.
He did say that we're his guests.
Yeah.
We are on a mission here. We need to find our emissary. We have no time for guesting.
I know, but he says that we will
Follow or leave, it's your choice.
Let's go.
Okay, fine.
Great leader. Let's go.
So a few moments pass, and assured that you're going to follow, the dark figure sort of fire newt sort of turns around and begins to walk away. And as you walk away, you notice the way that fire newts walk, they use their tails to balance, so kind of like bonk, 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 bonk. It's like short little stubby tail, and so like
Can we do a check at this point to see whether the tracks match those tracks that we were following? Are they wearing boots?
They are not wearing boots.
Okay. Shit.
And the boots we saw were large.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, these are not large.
creatures.
Right. Okay.
So you carry on walking a bit further, and probably 20, 30, 40 meters go by. A bit further, you go around the corner, you go around the corner again, you go up an incline. After a little while, you start to hear the sound of running water a little bit in the distance again. You go down further a bit, you kind of move on a little further, and it's getting to like 15 minutes or so of walking.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah, you've been walking for a little while now, right? And along the way, like, perfectly cordial, like spears are raised, not sort of pointed at you or anything like that, but certainly there's a group that's at the back, there's a group that's at the front, and you're like honor guarded along, as it were.
All right.
Okay, this has been long enough. Where the heck are we going?
Oh, we're just coming around the corner. And as you come around the corner, you find yourself looking out, sort of from the top of a ledge, looking out down over a gem-covered sort of wall that looks out. Sort of you're kind of coming to the edge of like an opening, and then around you is this sort of like this large cavern that's got various crystals and gems and various other things that have bits of light filtering through them, which allows the whole effect to be almost disco ball, but the light's not moving, so it's more just like that kind of like dappled effect around this huge sort of like cavern that kind of like lays itself out below you. And as you look down, you see there are small rope ladders that go from one kind of landing to another, and every now and then there's a sort of a series of ropes and pulleys that allow there to be a system of kind of like lifts and winches. There's thank you, sir. It's almost like an underground Peter Pan's lair, right? So it's not quite that sort of tone. It's not like there's sort of a whole bunch of like kids running around, but it's sort of it's very not what you'd expect by it. And especially doubly more so when you see that there are lots of fire newts just kind of like, doing life things, right? There's some people just sat out in front of a small hut. There's, a couple people, there's clearly somewhere that's an eating area, right? As you follow the sergeant, he says, well, we're here. Sorry for the longer delay. I did not correctly remember how to say time in your language. Anyway, please. Welcome to Bilstone. This is our trading point.
It's beautiful.
Well,
It's finely built. I like it.
yeah, we're proud of it.
Yeah, you should be.
Now, I must take you to the reeve of this place because you are asking and you have mentioned something which I presume is quite serious, and I am not of a position to be able to give you information that I think you want. So I have to take you to somebody that can, in order that you complete your case with them.
Okay, for fuck's sake, we have wasted a lot of time, and this guy wants to push us to the higher ups. Please to bring us back to the original tunnel. If they didn't come here, then they must have gone the other way.
We apologize. We are in a hurry. We have lost an important friend, and we must go back the other way.
You were speaking common, man. You can understand common, right?
Absolutely.
Oh, sorry. Yes, we have lost an important friend, and we must hurry back the other way then to look for them.
Like, have you or have you not found this dark-skinned, kind of hot lady, like wearing kind of like robes, like looking kind of like sexy and shit,
If
you know, and like this other like tall, kind of like insectoid kind of person? Have you or have you not? Because if you
No,
haven't,
but we have. I think you're referring to the two other visitors that came through not that long ago, and I should take you to the reeve to discuss that.
We don't need to go to the reef. We need to go to these people. Do you understand?
No.
all right, well, perhaps they're in the same place. Hey, let's go.
Okay.
Let's try it out. Come on, great leader.
I hate this administrative bullshit.
Have a plum.
I cannot let you go there.
Okay.
I cannot let you through. This is a city I'm sworn to protect, or town I'm sworn to protect.
Right. So are you or are you not taking us to the reef?
Oh, is that where you want to go? Yes, I can take you to the reef.
So we can talk to them about where our friends, the other visitors came.
The
Where they
other
are
visitors
now.
are your friends.
Well, yeah, we know them. Well, I think the tall one's kind of hot.
Okay, wait. So when you say the two visitors, the
Yes.
one that looks like an insect and then the one that looks human,
No,
what do you mean now?
it means not that thing.
Okay, so who are these visitors that you're talking of?
There would, again, and he stops and he kind of looks at you and he wants to get the impression, you know how like someone, like when a taxi uncle takes their glasses off and they're like kind of tired and they just want to explain something to you, but you're just there going, please don't start a rant about how like, everything's terrible here. But like, it's sort of like there's that moment where it's just like of infinite patience on their behalf. He's like, let me see if I can explain this to you slowly. Right? So he says, I have to take you to the reef because otherwise I may tell you something that I'm not supposed to tell you that will set off a chain of events that may be quite negative for this place that I'm sworn to protect. So I don't wish to do that. You clearly are important people looking for other people. Other people have passed through. They don't sound like the people you're talking about, but at the same point,
So are the people who pass through big people?
yes.
Okay. Are there a lot of them?
How many is a lot?
More than two.
Yes.
How long ago was that?
Okay. Can we not play 20 questions? The reef is literally just down this corridor.
All right, let's go. Come on then.
So as you kind of like finally this poor chap is like he's like clearly losing hair and sweat and everything else off the rest of it, and you kind of take down this corridor. Well, as in metaphorical. Losing
Skills.
Flames.
mucus. I don't know exactly. Yeah, scales, mucus, something like that. It's all bubbling off. But he kind of opens the door and goes, Lord Reeve. Yes. They're here. Go inside.
Let's go.
door opening, relatively normal looking, just like dark red mahogany door type thing. Rare to see a door down underground, but beyond that, everything's fine. So when you step through, it shuts the door, and the last thing you hear in deep speech is like basically like opiate. It's like it's kind of like, oh my god, why my life today, right? It's like, why do I always get the awkward ones? So and if your eyes acclimatized, you see this room's a little bit more lit than everything previously, and so you don't need to adopt vision too much in here, because in this room is a again another fine unit, but this one not in armor, just wearing sort of some very sort of simple tunic and a couple of other bits and pieces with like a sort of little mini waistcoat. It says, yes, I'm Reeve Hoggins. How can I help?
Well, hi, Sir Hoggins.
Yes.
Sorry, hi, my name's Barra.
Barra.
I'm a very important person from up above.
You look very important.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, well, I've been told that.
You look filled with self-importance.
Yes, so that too. Well, I just want
I too am self-important.
Oh, yes. Perfect. Well, it looks like we're kindred spirits then. So, I just wanted to ask you. So, I've lost two of my friends. One of them is a rather like hot, sort of like dark-skinned lady.
Temperature?
No, like sexy. Oh, I don't know. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, and the other
Covered in mucus, we would say.
Oh, yeah, wow. Like, yeah, one of them.
Slimy
lady. And the other one is.
She's not slimy?
I've never before.
I smacked Kaman on her.
Big tap.
Oh yes.
Ah, there we go. She looks like this.
Silent image the two of them.
Yeah, these are the two friends that we lost. We were just wondering if they came down here, because it looks like they might have. And
I have no word of. This is interesting. No word of anyone like that, but obviously there has been a little bit of a disturbance. Otherwise, the sergeant wouldn't have brought you to me. We have had a few people move through here at rapid pace in the last hour or so.
oh, what did they look like?
They were very big.
Where did it go?
Were they wearing boots?
I think so.
Right, and where did they go?
They came through when we offered them hospitality. They turned it down, let's say that, and then they moved on through the southern tunnel.
Southern tunnel, and did they tell you to fuck off when you said you offered them hospitality?
I think they said that they would take my tiny newt tail and shove it up my tiny
I'm
newt ass.
so sorry.
Could we exact vengeance on them on your behalf?
No, that's completely unnecessary. That would be terrible. I mean,
No,
if we did that to every person that came through and said something insulting,
No, it's true.
what kind of civilization would that make us?
Yeah,
Is that what it's like for you on the
No,
surface?
we're very civilized.
Wait.
Civilized.
Hold on. So you said that a bunch of people came through.
Yeah,
They were rude
4
to you. Were they carrying anybody with
big sacks.
Oh, like two big sacks? You think? More than one?
Maybe.
All right, yeah,
Okay,
all right.
Sounds plausible. Maybe 3. I can't tell.
Right, so we think that these people, so they are a threat to the land of
Amanda?
Oh, really? Oh, we don't like them.
Yeah, you don't like Silai, but we think these people, they're like totally like out of control, so they could be like a threat to you as well. So we're gonna go after
I mean,
them.
they were rude, but they weren't threatening.
No, that's where it starts. You stop being rude, and then the next thing they start like murdering your wife and children. That's I've been around. I know how
Could
this
you
works.
please direct us to
Yeah,
the southern
so-
tunnels where they went?
And perhaps you could help us as well. Because they were so rude to you. So
Oh, well, we'd be happy to extend our hospitality to you.
we know, but the hospitality extends to us showing us where they went.
Oh,
so then we
but,
can
but
teach them a
absolutely.
lesson.
Maybe on our way
Care
back.
for tea?
Thank
No,
you,
no,
but
no,
it's
thank
okay.
you. But why don't you have a plum?
Yes. Plums, very nice from my village.
Oh, no, I possibly couldn't. That would be a breach of hospitality.
Huh?
You wouldn't take tea with us, but you would
Do you have
offer us
something to go?
I won't have to move Mr. T.
I will go prepared.
Oh no, it's fine. Why don't I?
You're most confusing.
Could we postpone the hospitality? I'd love to have it on the way back, but
Time is of the essence here.
Yeah, essence.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, yeah, there we go. I'm gonna roll persuasion because I've got +9. There we go. I've got a 25.
Oh.
He stops and says, as much as it pains me, I see your point. If I had lost some of my people,
Yeah,
I
exactly,
wouldn't
let's
wish
go.
to tarry for more than
Yeah, where
one
is
cup
it?
of tea.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I
Sorry,
will
where is it?
show you the way.
Yeah. Perfect.
Well, I won't show you the way. And he opens the door and he goes, Sergeant! Sergeant! I have to keep my pretense. Sergeant! Yeah, and you hear, like, you just hear, from the corridor, he goes out and goes, yes. It's like, take them to the southern tunnels.
Yeah, could you tell them to hurry up a little bit because we're in a bit of a rush.
Alright, so you kind of like, you head and you wander your way through Bilstone following the sergeant, who's a little bit more animated and goes, yeah, no, the 4 of them came through here. Big fuckers. Right?
Right, how big would you
As
say?
we leave, I pass the Reeve a small packet of the plants for friendship.
Wow.
Let go.
How many of them?
I'll save these for the tea. Actually, how many of these plums do you have?
I would say they're like individually packaged, so like maybe two.
You're basically saying that this is like the travel bucket
Yeah,
stuff?
yeah, yeah.
Okay, so how many have you got?
10.
Okay. 10. So we'll just go with 10 from now on, okay? Okay. So you kind of work your way through the Bilstone, and as you do so, you're kind of led down the across some of the rope bridges, and then down into another southern thing. And along the way, you kind of goes, yeah, no, there's a bunch of these big fuckers came through. The biggest of which was there are 4 of them, and 2 of them seem pretty preoccupied handling their stuff, and he stops me every now and then. He'll talk to someone and they'll kind of get a bit more information backwards and forwards, and he speaks in another language. It's not deep speech, he speaks in a different language. It's sort of like has crackles and elements of it, but it sounds a bit more like home tongue, like so. Deeper speech. It's deeper speech. It's the deeper speech.
So very whitish.
Walrus. He speaks in walrus. So, and that's the base. So, okay.
Southern tunnels.
As you head down there, you get the impression that although they made no friends, these 4 large creatures didn't go out their way to like alienate the Vineyards. They just turned down their slightly strange hospitality, but they didn't they were rude but not violent.
Okay.
Right.
So you head down to some tunnels and you're lost there, and there's another couple of guards down there with their spears and everything else, and you follow through. Right. What I'd like is I would like a perception check, please. What's the order the people are in?
It would make sense for him to be in front of
Yeah,
them.
normally, yeah.
Speak. Like so far, he can
The 2 of us will be in front, the 2 of them will be at back. If we can walk 2 by 2.
Okay. All right. So as you head further down, and you sort of pretty much are now leaving the sort of sole settlement of Bilstone, right? The sergeant says to you, well, I hope if you find your way back here, you'll take the opportunity to keep going. Have a good day.
Oh yeah, you too.
I didn't mean that. Sort of turns around and walks off, and leaves you to be. You're now kind of like so perception checks from Kaman and Yrsa.
Ayo.
11.
5.
Oh no.
You're definitely now walking down a tunnel.
Okay.
It's very tunnel-like. All the appearances that you can gather, this is a tunnel.
Yeah.
No, it's a long dark tunnel. It kind of goes ahead of you. It sort of begins to dip away after about 30 feet or so, maybe around the corner.
Guys.
What?
We're at 60 followers.
Ooh, yay!
Forwards.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Hey, Grim. Thank you very much. Thanks, Hans. Thanks, Cowd. I can't say that, but thank you all the same.
All right, come on, let's go against the tunnel.
Down the tunnel.
Down the tunnel as you head off down the tunnel. Now, once you sort of start heading off down this tunnel a bit further, you kind of quickly see this space is getting larger and larger and larger. It's like a small tunnel that carries on, but it just starts broadening out, staying roughly the same height, still like 2-3 meters in height, but it becomes wider until eventually it just forms into a sort of much larger, almost like triangular shaped cavern again, right? So you move from one cavern to the next. That then forms back again into another tunnel. You carry on, and this one forms again into another different size of cavern, right? It's almost like, there's some series of features that are carving out like these sort of like large caverns. The first one's got the town of Bilstone, then there's another one, and then there's another one that are empty so far, right? And they do range in height and size as you kind of pass through them. So you follow along, and I'd like to get a survival check from whoever is going to be the on point. So come on, I think you're the survival person, right? So
Survival.
Survival.
Oh, 23.
23. That's all great. So you stop and you find that there is a clear clue. But you can see one of these, heavy boot prints that you saw earlier, like, very much caught up in for some reason there's a bit of dirt or mud or whatever that's here that's got this big imprint on it.
I'm sorry, what?
Like,
Oh, I was like, did you just inflate your breast? Very confused.
Big enough to be.
So, as you do that, as you turn your light on,
Oh shit.
I need everybody to roll initiative.
Oh
As a
shit.
crossbow
Sorry, guys.
bolt finds itself
Oh no.
straight into you. I rolled an 18, so I think it hits your AC, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
No!
Oh, my pics.
Oh, okay.
Oh shit.
You're going to take 4 points of damage.
Oh frick.
So it kind of doesn't actually get too far in. It kind of gets wedged in your leather and does do a bit of damage to you, but it's like, yeah.
Oh, freaking hell, my left pic.
The worst thing is it's over that awesome tiger tat you got, right? It's like right there, so like,
My scales, my UNT scales.
It's
Sorry,
fine.
scales. Oh no, I've got to get this bugger.
Give
Come
me
on,
the
then.
numbers, guys.
Alright, sorry. I was distracted.
No, it did.
I'm too hurt, so it's 11.
11.
Oh shit. Oh, sorry guys. I just thought, oh, freaking hell. Oh, piece of shit.
Save your energy.
We're not going to hear the end of Barra ever taking
Oh god.
any damage.
Shit, how am I gonna do
Okay,
this
we've got
now?
Kaman at 18,
Yeah,
Oh god.
Barra at 11,
yeah,
K at 10,
yeah.
and Yrsa at 6.
Oh, we're going the other way now.
Oh no. Oh shit. Freaking hell.
No.
Oh, piece of shit. Oh hell.
So and since we're keeping track, we'll go with you want them at 8 and 3.
Oh, no.
That's good.
Ow. Ow, god.
However, there's another
better
shot
one
that comes from
better.
surprise. So you got surprise attacked with
Yeah.
the crossbow bolt, which I rolled. Oh no, wait, sorry. It would be 8 points of damage because it's
Oh no,
4.
freaking.
No, take it back. So plus 2. So it'd be I rolled 2 on the dice, so 2 doubles, 4, 6 points of damage. Pardon me.
Oh, piece of shit. Oh,
So yeah, it actually goes a little bit further than you thought.
no. Crazy
So,
now.
um,
God, I can't do all this talk.
Meditation helps.
It then goes to
Can I see the aggressors?
make. Not going to cost you an action. Make a perception roll.
15.
No.
Oh, but they're also lit up now. I mean, like, I presume that I'm looking at the
No.
direction.
You're lit up.
I'm lit up, but
You're
it's,
lit up.
it's like 15 feet ahead of me.
Correct. So it's crossbow bolt from distance. So
Right.
you got lit up like a
Right,
nice
yeah.
target.
Should I turn it off? Should I turn it off?
I mean,
Oh, well, it's too late now.
I make an elaborate. I step forward in front of Barra and the rest of the party, and I make an elaborate movement of creating a dome that's 15 feet in diameter as a silent image of an iron dome around us.
What the hell?
yeah, so look at the silent image. Okay.
Then I mumble something, some nonsense.
What the hell is that?
Then we look like it appears that we are inside an iron dome. We whisper.
Turn off the what? I thought you saw the giant, so it's safe now. Oh,
That's my turn.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, no worries. Got it. That's good. So you take a moment and you can see that Kaman summons. You've never seen this before, but he summons into being this huge iron dome in front of you guys to protect you.
Yeah, so all around us, I mouthed to, and that's my turn.
Okay. Barra, it's your turn.
oh shit! Come on. Right. So because it's a silent image, we can't see through the dome either.
Yeah.
Oh no.
But we can walk around. We can walk through it because we know it's not real.
Right. We will. Okay.
But then we will reveal that it's not real, right?
Right.
So wait, what is can you describe the area we're in again? Like how high the ceiling, how wide the wall?
Yeah, so you had come through another one of those large caverns. You'd gone back into again, relatively tight, sort of like a tunnel, but maybe, like I say, 8-9 feet tall, maybe slightly taller than that, maybe like 4 or 5 feet or 6 feet wide, right? So enough that you're going to struggle to walk two abreast. Well, you guys aren't because you're goblin and halfling, but like two medium-sized creatures would bump into each other walking abreast, but they could just about do it. One large creature could walk down them, right? Just about. You found there was a moment where you saw something and Barra popped the light as you bent, and then you like this sort of crossbow bolt quarter, and you don't really know from where.
Did we?
But it's a long tunnel.
So far, yeah.
Okay.
So sorry. Did we figure out what it was that was spotted on the ground that I was trying to light up?
Yes, there was a with the survival roll, there was a muddy patch that had a large
Right.
heavy boot print.
Oh shit. Okay. Well. So I am going to. From the direction of the crossbow, is it possible for me to figure out the rough direction where it might have come from?
Yeah, it's almost like it's a straight arrow pointing right back, right? So like, it's the nice thing is, so basically it points from further up the tunnel. You're all been around the military long enough to know that the range of a crossbow, which I will obviously remind you of just 1 second.
90 feet?
Yeah, but then you have range on top of it, right? So let's see.
Is it 90?
80. 80, yeah. So you're certain that your shooter is within 300 feet.
Wow.
But more than likely it's within 80, because it's hard to make that shot beyond 80.
Okay. Man, Barra, just going to. Barra's really angry. Really, I'm gonna. Okay.
Heavy metal.
I'm going to run. I'm gonna pass out of the dome first. Pass out of the dome. So run. Oh, freaking hell, boy, left peg!
And how are you running? In which direction? Like ahead or out the back?
Straight forward, because through the. Is there a back?
No, there isn't. I mean, it's
From
behind
the
you.
dome.
It's, the domes is a 15-foot down.
Right. Okay, so I run out the
The
back.
tunnel is quite small though.
So basically, if you're saying the dome is there, the dome is basically going to be in front of you like a big shield.
Oh, okay, yes.
I mean, otherwise, if you have it as an umbrella, they can just still see you. And it's also very clearly going to be an illusion at that point.
Yeah.
So if you've got it as like a big shield in front of you.
Yeah, it's a giant wheel in front.
Barra's angry, so he's running out as far as he can without coming into contact with anything. So basically, I'm just going to go. Rah! The moment I come in contact with anything, I cast Thunder Wave.
Got it. So you've got 30 feet of movement in front of you. So you kind of like charge forward 30 feet. You have your light spell still active, so that gives you a view to about 45, right? So you can see further out under you. You do see, but it's ever so slightly beyond 45 because you get like dim light range on this as well. You see two. Actually, make a perception check for me.
Thanks. Perception is 13, not great.
Yeah, no. So you think you see like out of the edge there might be couple of rocks that might be people, that might not be rocks, but it's a bit beyond the range of Thunderwave as well.
Yeah, beyond the oh right.
Because Thunderwave is 15 feet, right?
Right, this is the first thing I see. Yeah.
Well, you don't really know if you see it because it's just beyond the range of your light. You've moved 30 feet forward.
Right.
You can see another 15 feet. So maybe at about 60 feet, 70 feet range.
Right.
Like, based on dim light and other things, you might see something. So you might can that, but that's about it.
Okay. 1 second. I am going to. Why did I not take this? Sorry.
Thank you, Green.
He's
been very.
So it's about 45.
They've been very involved.
45 feet, is it? What's the suggestion?
About.
Yeah, I mean, you don't. I guess my point is you don't know, but you think you see something out the corner of your eye.
And how far do I think it is?
So hard to tell.
I guess can I target a spell at the thing? Is what I'm trying to say.
Sure.
Okay, I'm targeting. Targeting vicious mockery.
Yeah. Okay, go on. Yeah.
Right, you.
They just need to hear you.
What are you? Pretending to be a rock? Seriously? Like of all things to pretend to be a fucking rock? You piece of shit! I'm really angry. I can't come up with anything. Can't come up with anything.
Angry mockery.
Angry mockery.
What's the save on that?
Save on that is I didn't check the spell. It's 15 wisdom 15.
There is a. It's just one save.
Yeah, one save.
Wisdom 15. Sorry, I'll roll it through. Okay, so there is a moment where you're looking, and then you think, I think I've just insulted a rock. Shit.
Right.
Yeah.
That's it. Right, but with my bonus action, I go. I see two things out there. One of them's pretending to be a rock. Or it's really be a rock. I don't know.
Talking spree, you don't need a bonus action. So
Alright.
yeah.
I don't know. It's something out there. I think it's time for a song. Who's going after me?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Oh, it's you again. Piece of shit. Alright, here we go. Okay.
I was so angry.
So much rage. So much rage.
Hey, levels in Barbarian.
Alright, come on. Let's
Yeah, I
see.
know, right?
Yes.
Right, what's the song request just now? Did somebody request, remind me?
Did somebody have a song request?
Did you have a song request?
I don't think so.
DM, did you have a song request?
Oh. Ramji, did you have
Did I have one?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, my karaoke goes to Total Eclipse of the Heart, but there you go. This is a,
Okay, how to start? Okay, never mind. And I need a monk tonight.
And I need a monk tonight.
And I need a monk tonight. And I need you more than ever. As you can see, my chest is bright, but my back hurts more than ever. And if you ever lose your life, maybe you can take down that, make him a cadaver. Once upon a time, I was shot in the chest. Lucky it didn't pierce my heart.
Boom, boom,
There's nothing I can do, so take that bloody bugger apart. Right, you now have body inspiration.
and you're going to get DM inspiration for that, for my karaoke. Classic, thank you. And what that DM inspiration means, because I do it slightly differently as a house rule, is it means at some point when you go, I genuinely have no idea what the fuck is going on, right? You get the ability to say, Ramj, I want to use my inspiration. I genuinely have no idea what the fuck is going on. Can you give me a clue?
Right,
Right? And that's basically what it gives you.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's a clue.
Ricardians is Barra the Barbarian.
Yeah.
Hey.
So, yeah, rage and charge.
This party is for unlikely multi-classes.
There we go. What an inspiration to get. Okay, it's now.
Thank you.
Now your turn, is it?
Yes.
Perfect.
Can I check that my dark vision goggles are still...
Yeah, it's not been 4 hours yet. It's probably been about 2.
And also,
I had 3 hours.
I'm right there going,
It's not an hour left. Plus, you've got you've got a very bright torch that's sort of leading ahead of you. In fairness, now with your dark vision and the fact that Barra's called out, make another perception roll.
I mean, but you probably have to come out of the dome first.
Oh, fair. Actually, that's a really good point. Yeah, so if you're coming out the dome, that is.
Coming out, and then I want to go towards the people who shot her.
Right,
Yes.
right. Okay, which is you pass through the dome.
Yeah.
What is roll?
My perception roll was 5.
I mean, she's singing at some rocks. You're feeling great about it though.
Okay.
Yeah, you couldn't really see because of the dome. It totally
If you wanted, you could use your body, but body would really help.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
not
I
not
don't
right
think
now.
it's going to help.
Are we in combat?
We are technically
Yeah,
in
right.
combat.
Yeah. So,
So-
also, has it been? It's been a short rest, definitely from the previous. No, not yet. I'm so short on keypoints.
It's okay, don't worry.
Okay, can I just use stealthily move towards where the arrow came from?
You want to make a stealth? You want to go into stealth?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's going to be your action used if you want to actually try and
That is fine.
Yeah.
Because we don't know.
Okay,
Yeah,
so-
because I just want to
So
know.
make a stealth roll for me.
Oh
please.
shit. I'm just out there blazing and nobody is doing anything.
I'm coming. I'm coming.
Okay, 17 is not bad roll. So you think despite, like, you've got the distraction on the one hand and the nice bright light over there, and then you sort of like try and veer as much as possible to the edge and you kind of move up. How far are you trying to get up the...
As far as I can, which
So
I
30
think
feet,
I-
which kind of takes you up to not too far away from where Barra is, but you are not able to really perceive too much beyond that. In fact, not even 30 because stealth, isn't it? So it's monk moves at 35. Was it?
No, not yet.
Not yet, not yet. So in which case, yeah, you're probably about 15 feet. So you're about 10 feet behind.
Oh, yes. 35 now.
35. Okay, so 20 feet. So you're now about 5 or so feet. Give or take.
Alright.
Yeah, I think that's all.
So who was after that?
Bad guy number 1.
Bad guy number one.
Shit.
So you hear a momentary. Who speaks Orcish?
Me.
You?
Mm.
Anyone else? Okay, so you hear an orc voice say, it's a fucking illusion, isn't it? Yeah, little bastards. And another crossbow bolt, rolling a 14. Do I hit you?
I believe you do.
Ooh.
Shit.
This time only doing 3 points of damage.
Alright.
So another crossbow bolt, bang, bangs its well into you. Okay? And you hear a voice say, "Stand down your weapons on behalf of the Shadow Guard. Do not follow us. Don't know what the hell you're doing. Save your own lives. Stand down."
Only Yrsa understands that. Though.
Yeah. He says they're from the Shadow Guard. He tells us to stand down.
Who the hell are the Shadow Guard?
No fucking clue. We've never heard of
History check, because you're the person that's speaking in Orcish.
It could have been a 20, but no, I have 8.
And
Oh,
Yeah, I
you've
wouldn't-
taken it, right?
yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna let that go with advantage because it's kind of not right to let that flip across, but maybe
Hey, this is 13.
13. Okay. There's an area like the other side of the mountains known as the Shadow Grove, like that's near the ruins of Nightwind. Maybe that's what it's about. Shadow Guard, Shadow Grove. Like that's about the closest you can get. Like you're in the right area for that to be a coincidence, but nothing else kind of crossed them.
Okay, cool.
It
It is my turn next.
is your turn next.
I'm gonna...
Can I ask, now that one of them has shouted,
Hmm.
we now know where their position is?
You definitely think that one of those rocks was definitely not a rock, the bastard. I love your mission mockery, but
Do
didn't.
I know which rock it is? I mean, like, I was there looking at them shoot.
Yeah, of course, you're shot again. Right, yes,
Yeah, yeah.
absolutely. It's the rock on the left.
The rock on the left. Can I communicate this, or do I have to wait till my turn?
You could get the word left in. I mean, everyone saw the cross. No, because Yrsa is behind the dome.
All right.
So you can yell it. But...
Left rock. Ah!
Okay,
Sweet.
so it took her 35 feet.
She's stealth.
Oh, right. Okay.
I'm 30 feet. I haven't reached them.
Okay, cool. I'm going to move up to where Barra is and then take out my shield and protect her.
Okay.
And then also shout out, "Give us," in Orcish, "give us our emissary back!
Okay.
And we'll leave you alone. Otherwise, I am going to tear you limb from limb and give you a new orifice."
What you You don't hear anything except the sound of reloading crossbows
Oh no.
and a sort of like relatively professional muttering. Like if people going.
Okay, cool. So I moved 30 feet. I shouted.
Yeah.
They didn't really respond. I suppose I could move again and base them.
It's up to you.
Yeah.
And it'll be the other one next, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. So she said left rock, right?
She said left, right.
Okay, I'm going to move up to the left rock.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
So
all.
as you move closer and you kind of get in range, you can see quite clearly with your vision that there's basically two large, very large rock-like protuberances, which you kind of quickly make out are the equivalent of like whatever underground ghillie suits would be. As in, like these are people who've got like camo suits that are like there, right? And as you come close and close to them, you can see there's a camo suit where somebody's just like recharging a crossbow, right?
Yeah.
You're now you're not in base contact with them, right? But you're like 8 feet, 10 feet away, so you're close enough that they could step into you or you can step into them. But there's no opportunity attack kind of at this moment.
Cool. No
You're
problem.
not far.
I will move up there and
Yeah.
then I will get pissed off because nobody responded. Give us back our emissary!
Can I also get another perception check from you?
Yes.
As you're now up here, you'll be able to see the tunnel close around.
13.
Okay. So 13. You can see as the tunnel bend happens, and you notice that these two large rocks are staggered, right? Like there is 10 feet or so between the two large, sort of like, well, not rocks anymore, the two ghillie suit wearing people. And then you kind of get the impression there's another rock 10 feet further down, and another rock 10 feet further down beyond that.
Go. They are far!
Are you also raging? Were you about to rage?
Yeah, I raged too.
You
my
raised
bonus
it,
action.
that's right.
Oh, I see.
As we then
Move.
flip down to okay. The other sort of ghillie suit that's immediately nearby you that can still see you guys just says, "Listen, I'll say it one more time. Stand down, back off. Let us get up on our business. You shouldn't be down here. You shouldn't be in this part of the world. We're doing our business. We're doing our job. I understand you're doing yours. This is my one and last professional courtesy." He looks at it, sort of like you get the impression that like that's the statement.
Is that in common?
No, it's still in Orcish.
Okay.
So I hear.
Well, you can tell it's Orcish. Like Orcish is not a uncivilized language. It's used a lot, lots of poetry, beautiful poetry in Orcish. So it's like the original Klingon. It's like Shakespeare sounds better than the original Orcish.
Right.
So this is so the voice is kind of mostly projected, sort of used. It's clearly able to respond to.
Okay.
And
Can I respond?
yeah.
Okay. Actually. If your business is kidnapping our people, then we will fight. You give her back right now.
What's happening?
There's a pause that says, "Understood," and it's not personal. As you see that sort of rock kind of fall back, and it falls back like 10 feet, then takes a shot at you. Rolling 22.
God damn it, you hit me.
Yeah, I rolled 17 on the dice. Sorry. Doing 4 plus 3, 7 points damage. So that half.
Do we still have the tempted points from earlier?
Oh yeah, you should still.
I lost the whole day,
The
right?
last short rest, yeah.
Perfect. So 7.
Yeah, I forgot
7
about that as well.
Yeah, that's right. So 3 point.
So I'm healthy.
So I'm assuming this is not psychic damage.
This is not. I mean,
It's an arrow.
If we cut to the quick fires,
I'll take
professional
3.
demeanor, but yeah. No,
I'll take
you
3.
See, it's hard. Yeah, so I'll round it down. So yeah, I'll take 3. So and then carries on falling back.
Okay.
So we then run back now up to Kaman.
Who drops the silent image? He basically drops concentration.
Got it.
Rushes forward 30 feet. Does he see the targets?
You now see people moving sort of like, so you can see that it's make a perception check for me.
Okay. 12.
You only see the one that's moving, obviously.
Okay.
The other one is not really that visible. So you can see that Yrsa's up.
Quick shot for Yrsa. Yrsa, are we engaging?
Yes!
Okay. The one that I see moving, bonus action, hex, and then Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
Hex for wisdom. Yes, the Eldritch Blast. I miss.
Okay, so as you again try to like lock in your little red dot sort of at the start, but you just find that like
Red dot goes
just can't quite, you can't get the grip. Okay, as we then go to Barra.
Can I see which one he was trying to Eldritch Blast? I cannot because there's a little red dot.
There wasn't a red dot; he couldn't make it happen.
Yeah, it's just you
He
see
missed.
red dot.
He saw somebody try to amuse a cat with a laser pointer.
Yeah.
Right, but I can see sort of like where the laser pointer is.
You could see if you want. You can definitely see the one that moved anyway.
All right.
So if that's what you want, you can definitely see if there's a target you want.
I guess that's what I'm trying to figure out.
Ah, okay.
So,
Oh yeah, I've got your point. Yeah,
all
yeah,
right. Okay, so run. So if I run 30 feet, am I within 30 feet of it?
If you run 30 feet, so it moved back 10, then moved back another 10, so it moved 20. It was no.
Right. Okay. Oh shit. Hang on. Give me 1 second. So sorry about that. All right. No problems. I am going to. Fucking shit. Okay. Okay. I'm going to. Is it within 60 feet of me?
Yes.
That one. I will cast. What is wisdom? Intelligence shit. Okay, well, freaking balls. Sorry.
Vicious mockery.
Vicious mockery, really? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you're
fine.
up next.
Sorry.
No, just let him do.
Okay.
Because there's 4 targets.
Okay. Because I wanna. Right. Fine. Okay. Fine. I vicious mockery, I guess.
The one that's running away?
Yeah, the one that's running away.
Okay.
Who's 15?
What are you saying?
I'm saying, you freaking coward! Ha! I knew it. I knew it. Rock wouldn't move. A rock would stay still in its place. But no, you're not a rock. I'm a rock. What? I feel like I'm moving towards you. I'm not scared. You freaking coward! Piece of shit.
And in fact, fails the wisdom save. So
Hey!
Damage?
Damage is
D4, isn't it?
D4.
You don't have it on card.
right. I don't have it on my card, so I'm just gonna roll my D4. Thanks a lot. This is not the spell I prepared. Sorry about that.
Sure.
And
You don't even have it.
just mockery. Well, it's I rolled a 4, and I believe it's plus my modifier, which is a 3. So yeah.
What?
Hang on. It's just mockery 5e. Aha. Hang on.
Okay, we've got to find you the vicious mockery card.
Okay, Vicious Mockery is 1d4 psychic damage.
Yeah,
and-
D4 only, right?
Yeah.
No,
that D4 no bonus.
Yep,
Okay.
and you have disadvantage on your next attack roll.
Aha.
Gotcha.
That's it. Yeah.
All right. Okay. So how much was it?
4.
4. Nice. Good roll. Okay. So there's a moment which. I mean, I said it's nothing personal. There's no need to get personal about it.
So mean.
As we then cut across to Kie, it's you.
What can I see from where I'm at? How
So
far am
where
I?
you're at, you were stealthing along a bit. So, and yep, okay. And so they you can see there's an area that Yrsa is where there's something to the left which was called out earlier. You can see immediately in front of you is Barra lighting up that little area, and then ahead a bit further you can see there's a figure that's moving down the corridor and moved again.
Okay, I want to move to get close enough.
Yeah, you've got
to attack.
35 movement. So with the 35 movement, you can get up to by Yrsa, and there's another 10 feet on top of that you can add. So you can get to the the one that's in front of it.
Okay, so I take great halfling strides over to the running rock.
Yeah, I kind of think of your halfling monk strides as like, you're like extra fast feet, like, yeah.
Like hummingbird style.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, to the moving rock, and I would like to.
No, not to the moving rock, to the rock that's in front of us.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
So, which is the one that I can attack?
the one that's in front of us.
Okay, then to the one that's in front of Yrsa, and I use my short sword and try to stab it in the ribs.
It's short sword, but
100. Yeah.
Good question. This one has starting list.
okay. So
Oh, I can use an unarmed strike.
Yeah. So
Okay,
one second.
then I'll use an unarmed strike.
the
check.
internet will tell us, but
Short sword, a monk weapon.
that is the
That is a good question for our viewers.
It's a short sword, a monk weapon.
I watched a video where
Please tell us.
someone did use a short sword.
So there's a monk weapon.
I mean, you can use it. I use it anyway. Go on.
Go on then.
Oh, wait. Now we need to check the stats for short sword.
It's D6 damage. So you
Okay,
need to hit. You get your dexterity. Are you proficient with it?
Proficient with what?
Short sword. Right? It'll be in your bottom left of your character sheet.
It would be in the box on the right underneath your HP.
Right hand side, is it? Oh, yeah, it is.
Armor, weapons,
Yeah,
tools,
short sword.
languages.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
You have short sword. So
Go
okay.
for it.
In which case, yeah, absolutely. Roll to hit. You get to
D6?
no, you roll d20 plus 5 to hit. I believe.
12
7
plus.
to 19 total.
Yeah.
That's a hit.
And roll your damage.
Roll d6 damage plus 5.
8.
8. Nice. So you kind of step forward, and as you do so, you can now more clearly see the sort of this large humanoid, bulky humanoid form inside this stonish ghillie suit, and you kind of take a moment and you allow yourself to be guided, and you focus very deeply, and the sword becomes an extension of you. You find a small gap, and you focus straight through. It's a solid hit straight out. Cool. Anything else left?
It says I can make another unarmed strike as a bonus action.
Go for it. Go for it.
Yeah. So I take out my short sword again. Oh, sorry, no, one unarmed. Okay, so then I
Just a punch.
Leave the ring.
yeah, I swing myself around and I kick him in the head.
All right, you have to roll.
13 plus 7, 20.
Yeah, so I think we need to know the answer to the question of whether it's a monk weapon or not. We'll let you do it for now.
Yes,
Okay.
it is a
It
monk
is a monk
weapon.
weapon, in which case, perfect. Go ahead.
So 20,
And unstrike
Oh,
and
hit.
roll your damage.
and then damage is 6.
So you do this thing where you like
Yeah.
you stab in on the one hand and you turn around and just like
Kick him
slap
in the
with
head,
the other, right? So it's like bam, and so it's like iron fist, right? And so,
Really hard slap.
yeah, exactly right.
Hit him as hard as his arrow hit me.
As we then go, that's a good round. So we then go on to who's next? Sorry, I lost track. So Kie.
Here now is bad guy 1.
Bad guy 1. So bad guy 1 is the one that is right in front of you. And so bad guy 1 stands up and kind of like there's a quick tug, and then there's this sort of like set of mesh nets and various other things just drops, and you see a really rather large, heavily sort of like shouldered orc face that's then got sort of lots of like tar and various bits of blackout and various other things on there to like break up the shape and the line of his face, right? He's wearing very dark black leather armor, not too dissimilar from the kind of thing you guys wear, but much sort of much bigger and heftier, right? And it's sort of strapped differently, and kind of grins as he pulls like a sort of like a very long angled sort of blade, and kind of goes, "Should have listened," and sort of like stabs back at you. Rolling 17 and 19.
Oh, wow.
Was he the one who was hit by a vicious monk?
No, the other one.
17, 18,
Oh,
17, so give me 1.
You hit on 1.
Yeah,
One hit?
give me 1.
Okay, so does 3 plus 3, 6 points of damage.
Okay, so I can take that off my temporary.
Yes,
You
yes.
do some temporary hit points. That's right. And then
So are we basing the same guy?
you're not basing because remember you were just out of range.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so that's why I still do next turn. So it does so he then turns around and like basically so he stabs you with the one hand, right, and then just turns around and attempts to elbow you in a kind of like a pirouette elbow. Right? So doesn't manage. So misses. So cool. He'll then try to fall back, and you'll get an attack of opportunity on him. And so he's then going to move back.
Yes.
See if you want to use your action, you can.
No, you can just hit him normally.
Okay. What is he doing? He's turning around.
He's trying to walk away.
He's walking away from you.
I try to trip him.
Or you can just hit him.
Okay, I hit him in the throat.
Okay, sure. That's suitably violent.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Third roll.
D20, yeah.
Okay.
10
Plus
7, I think.
17.
Just a miss. Just a miss.
Oh,
But pretty close. As sort of like as you do that, his hand kind of like comes up, and there's a point where you've got this kind of knife hand aiming for his throat, and it kind of comes up and it clanks off like a metal vambrace, and it kind of goes, "Good strike, kid. You just need more practice." And he steps back, like yeah, and it's fallen back to now. You can see beyond the next large kind of stony block.
is he beyond the dwarf that I tried to viciously mock?
Yeah, it's slightly beyond that because it's on the other side of the corridor. So imagine there's like two sides of the corridor, and so there's like they were staggered kind of 10 feet beyond each other.
Right.
So this guy fell back, and you viciously mocked him. Then this other guy has fallen back around leapfrog. So they're basically moving back like leapfrogging.
Right.
And they're orcs, right? They're not dwarves.
They look orcish.
They speak Orcish.
I speak Orcish, but I'm a goblin.
Oh, that's true. Oh, that's true. You're right, yeah. Sorry about that.
Yeah, identity. It's interesting, isn't it?
Oh, I
So as we then go from that one to
Me.
yes.
Is he within 30 feet of me? Can I
Oh,
reach him? Okay, cool, yay! I will move as much as I
So
can.
viciously mocked one is also so there's viciously mocked one that's about 15 feet away from you on the right, and then this one who's pretty much you'd have to move the full 30, but you'd be basing him at 30.
But that guy's already been hit, right? Viciously mocked guy. has
Viciously mocked
been-
has taken 4
Viciously
damage.
mocked has taken 4 damage. The other guy's taken how much damage did you do again? Fair amount, right? Like 15, 16.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, maybe 17.
Okay, I'm going after the one that she pummeled,
Okay.
given that
think
the
it's
other one is attacking at a disadvantage.
you got it.
right? Yeah. So I'm going to move as much as I can
Yeah.
to even so if they're trying to fall back, I will be somewhere in the middle sort of situation.
You can definitely get up to right by. We'll call him A. Right. So you're right by A. He's on the far left, and B is actually between you and the party now. So you kind of go past his body,
Yeah.
and as you do so, he takes a reaction and attempts to attack you.
Sure.
Rolling 20.
Just a hit. Just hit.
Okay, go on then. He will do 4 points of damage.
Oh! I ignore that little bite. Continue moving on to the other guy.
Okay. Go ahead, make your attacks.
I will do this recklessly. Come on, you fuckers!
No Rex.
Okay, 17
Nice.
plus 5, so that's 22. To hit.
That's a hit.
Yeah. Right. That's a 4 plus 5. So 9 points of damage.
9 points of damage. Okay. All right. Anything else?
Give us back our emissary! Pretty much.
So
It's going to be the battle cry.
at the end of your round,
Yeah.
you hear from slightly further down the corridor, you hear a deeper voice, right? Sort of say,
Deeper speech.
not in deeper speech, not in deeper speech. Instead of okay, say, "Come on, you bastards, fall back!" And as it does so, every one of these sort of creatures moves and moves their full 30 feet.
Shit.
Okay? So it's like so they basically all move out. Now, the one that's right in front of you, so you have a choice, because there's one that's about to come past you, who's the one that's been viciously mocked, and there's the one that is right in front of you. If you want to take a reaction on either one of them, you can, but not both.
Okay,
Right,
I will react on the one that I'm fighting.
The one that you're fighting. Okay, fair. Go ahead. What's it?
20?
That's it.
Alrighty, let's do this thing. 6 plus 5.
Okay,
Just low enough.
he doesn't move. And he looks pretty hurt right now.
Heavy string though.
Yeah, absolutely. As you grab and you sort of like, sort of almost like you trip with the back end of your battle axe, and then like slash across the back of his legs, and kind of like hobbles and stops. The other one moves straight past you, and sort of like you can see the rest of them have moved off into the darkness.
We need to stop them from moving!
As it is now the squad sergeant's go, right? And there is a pause, and then there's you just hear a couple of words that you don't recognize, even though it's Orcish, right? He just sort of says something. It doesn't quite make sense. It's sort of like if someone in English just said, like, spectacular boy name. You'd be like, what does that even mean? Right? Like, that's just, I mean, I know the sounds kind of fit into the syllable tone, but and then the one that's in front of you, though, says, aye, get on with ya. And then you hear the rest of them just like, there's a bit of chanting. And in the tunnel, there's a moment where you look and you're like, what the hell's going on? And then there's a rumble, and another rumble. And then this jag of stone just appears a bit further down the tunnel. And then another one, and then one from the top, another one from the top, another one from the top, another one from the top. And then all of a sudden, there's now a good chunk of stone, probably hard to tell what distance, blocking you off from the rest of the tunnel, leaving you left with one creature and out of initiative. And as the creature looks to you and says, well, now you've gone and done it, haven't you? And that's where we'll leave today's episode. I'm Ramji, I've been your DM. Thanks very much for everyone's been on the journey with us. Choy Tan. Lisa Yao. Sheena Chan. Choy. And Cheryl. Hey. Thank you very much. Please join us again for our next episode. Hopefully in about 45 minutes. I think we need a coffee and a break. And we'll see you all soon. Thanks again.
Bye.
Behold thine heroes as they observeth the troubled landsome stormy sea. They have no choice, it's national service or Marabanda Survey Team's a goblin captain, sea elven cleric, one small and green, one tall and blue, stoned halfling monk and bard who dedicates its campaign anthem to you.
We're a Singapore based party who streams weekly D&D. The full culture is our name, but you can call us T4C. Asian influence on rule with less Eurocentricity. Now for some Asia Pen gang chants featuring Audi and Randy.
One coffee, Sihir Tabak for me.
One coffee, Sihir Tabak for me. Oi, oi, oi. Oi, oi, oi. Sing style, nylon, nylon. Sing style, nylon, nylon. Dragon power. Dragon power.
I sound quite transatlantic, actually.
Anyway, this is our party and we're actually very fun. We all go play really hard and we always sing a ton of songs. us D&D